All right, before we get to Dragalge, there's a little bit of bookkeeping that needs to be taken care of. So remember, this is only day one. I'm going to wait until, like Wednesday or something to post my full video. But after one day, the most popular successful deck from Japan, from Pitch Black, is Mega Excadrill. That is going to change, I think, very quickly, but maybe people from Japan have the Dark Bell. It's the Bell. The Bell has been making Dragapult better. It's made Zoroark better because it just confuses everyone. But yeah, Excadrill from day one, I think it's going to definitely drop. It's going to plummet very soon. I think just people want to try it out. But it has built-in energy acceleration. It does huge damage. Wally's isn't that big of a deal. And yeah, that's Ghost Veil. So that's, Banette, Sinistcha, Delmise, Spiritomb. You have to watch my, Pitch Black videos to really know, but I'll have a full preview on Wednesday. Yeah, I mean, this is only day one. Mega Starmie was the full weekend. This is just one day. And yeah, Darkrai is also doing some things. But yeah, the Bell is the most impactful card so far, I think. I think, unfortunately, the Bell that confuses both actives is unfortunately really good. But that'll change. I will look at the finalized results. But yeah, for now, we're just playing Dragalge all day. Okay, it's just Dragalge all day. It's going to be really bad. I don't think it's good. I just think it has a lot of things to do. I just think it can do some things. All right, so yeah, we're just doing Dragalge. It's rough. There are so many bad matchups. There are so many bad matchups. You'd have to be. Oh, that's pretty good, Clam Burglar. Too bad I mean, I guess I could pin it because I don't have to worry about it. You'd have to be an all genius. You have to be an all genius. All right, so let's just jump into it. The thing is not good. Let me whip it out real quick. Let's put it on screen. Mega Dragalge. Oh, and did you see my tweet? How the Pokemon Company compared Mega Floette to Pikachu and Zekrom, and that made me hate life more itself. Made me hate life itself. But there's the Dragalge. Zoroark is bad. Afro Samurai, I will have a video up soon, but I will not be streaming it for a little bit. So I'll have my thoughts soon, but not currently. Oh man, okay, so this is gonna be a rough one. I would suggest you take the under, and I sent Mark and Mega Bro first part. Oh man. Oh jeez. We're off to a great start. Hey, we started off terribly yesterday. And Mr. Mountain Dew, exactly. Oh man. But we started off horribly yesterday. We'll be fine today. We're gonna lilies into everything. If this could have been Zoroark, that would have been great. Yeah, Zoroark is a terrible matchup for multiple reasons. If we run into Zoroark, I'll talk about it. But yeah, that's rough. Oh wow, what a great starting hand. Fantastic. Okay. Yeah, let's see how this goes, I guess. I'll go and get I guess just what's my hand looking like? I mean, we have a decent hand, so I guess I just go for double Snow Runt. And then I go Water on you, Frisky Ruins, and then end turn. But this is terrible. Anytime you start the Meowth, it's bad. If they shut off my items, that's okay. I can theoretically win the game with just like Mega Frostlass and Mega Dragalge. That is possible, but I think they're going to lean into the Moltres and just go for a Moltres KO on the, go for a double KO on the Meowth. I do obviously play Monkey Dory, but this is going to be rough. This is going to be rougher than a rock here. But the good news is they attached to the Dracloak. I don't know why they attached to the Dracloak. That makes 0 sense. Okay, so as much as I want a Crispin and as much as I want a Hilda, I can't. You know, we have to just hunt. What the hell is this crap? Okay. Well, as long as they don't get a monkey, as long as they don't get a monkey Dory, we'll be totally fine, right? I mean, I think I have to put the Skrelp into play. And then I have to, you know, Poff, and then I have to attach the darkness energy to the Skrelp. Because what I was going to say is, as long as they don't have Monkey Dory darkness, this Skrelp will survive. I mean, obviously they could have bosses Dragapult, and that would be really bad. But I think this is realistically my only hope, because now they need... Okay, well, they don't... Unless they have Crispin, then we're totally fine. But yeah, they should have just attached the fire to the Moltres. That was really weird that they didn't do that. They attached the basic fire to the Dracloak. You see a Meow sitting there, just all naked and just all on Quick Fix. Thank you for the sub. And Mr. Mountain Dew, I have no idea if they're streaming Melbourne, but you know they got that boomerang, mate. They got that didgeridoo going. They got the dollary-doos. You got to spend your dollary-doos to watch it. You know, you could. I'm sure they got a paid stream somewhere. Well, yeah, it's also, aren't they like 12 hours ahead? I think they're 12 hours ahead, so that's going to be quite a thing. All right, well, because nothing's happening so far, I'm just going to skip ahead to this game. So them... All right, it took forever, but they finally got a Dragapult. We're starting the game late because, you know, I had a Meow start, and now we're just giving up prizes, but I can beat them off. It is very obvious that I can beat them off right now. It's unlikely. So in this situation, it's so stupid that I have to do this, but I think I just go Hilda. Oh man, but then no, because I knocked them out, right? I knocked them out with Mega Frostlass. And then we just win? Is that the strat? We just knock them out with Mega Frostlass and win? And then this is not a Mega Dragalge deck? But there's no way they get it up like that, right? There's no way they can get it up. I have Night Stretcher for my dude. They have all the energy in the discard pile. They can't have a Roxy's performance. So remember, Roxy only activates if they're behind on prizes. Oh, wow, I prized my 2 best cards for this specific matchup. That's fantastic. Thank you, PDCGL, for prizing my 2 best cards in this matchup. Okay, they got the unfair stamp, but the unfair stamp is totally fine because there's no way they're going to find a Crispin off of that, right? Because they have 3 energy in the discard pile. They're not going to be able to find a Crispin because that's what they were hoping for. They had a 9-card hand. Most likely they had what they needed because you have to look at this. Okay, you can't look at this because PDCGL won't let you. They probably play 3 Fire, 3 Psychic, 2 Darkness, though it is a little iffy because they have, you know, the Moltres and the Veltal, so maybe they'll mix it up a little bit. But typically you would expect them to have 3 Fire, 3 Psychic, 2 Darkness. Most likely they had a Fire in their hand, which is really bad for them. Oh. Oh, 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 oh. Okay. There's nothing that I can top deck that will help us out here. There's really nothing that I can do that will help me out right now to win the game because they stamp me into 2 useless cards. But if I play with my balls, I can prevent them from doing crazy things. But I realistically needed a Monkey Dory turn here. I can't play with my balls anymore. My balls are itchy. My bees are weak. Thanks, PDCGL. Always looking out for me. You always got my best interests at fart. Okay, I don't even know what to do. I think I just resentful refrain and see what happens. Isn't Badoo just the best card in the entire game? Remember when we had Path to the Peak and that just shut off stadiums for like 3 years and no one used, or no, not Path to the Peak, Chaotic Smell. When we had Chaotic Smell, people just stopped playing stadiums. There's no way you got it. You have all your fire in the discard pile. There's no way you can do this. You have all your fire energy is in the discard pile, bro. There's no way you have a Night Stretcher. And even if you do, I still win because you're going to take a bunch of prizes. Yeah, see? They don't understand that I can beat them off. They don't understand how good I am at Pokemon cards. I am him. Okay, they're playing very smartly. They're going to get their hand size down. I did want to attach the water energy for Absolute Snow to try to put them to sleep, because there was a world where they know what they're doing and they play their hand perfectly. But I am in a situation where they're going to Adrenabrain. I can play with my balls. I can retreat. I can go into Mega Dragalge. And they can't really retreat off the energy, right? Like, obviously, they can retreat off the energy, but that's going to be really bad for them. Okay, there's a Night Stretcher. Ooh, that is going to be a Meowth at some point. So I go attach to you, play with my balls. As much as I want the Pokepad, I think the Night Stretcher is better just because the Meowth is in the discard pile. All right, we're dragging these nuts. And then we go retreat. I know they have double Monkey Dory, which is a bit of a problem, but I can go Pernicious Poison. So they're in a situation where they're very low on energy, right? They have 4 energy in the discard pile. They have like 1 Psychic left and probably 1 Darkness. So Crispin isn't going to help. They're going to need a Night Stretcher this turn. And they can take a knockout of my Snorunt or my Strelp. I mean, obviously the Strelp makes the most sense. And yes, this is a glitch. PTCGL is a well-made game. Do you notice how well-made this game is? That it can't handle when you over-poison something and you have to right-click. But this is why I kind of like the matchup, is because if they just don't retreat, they get knocked out due to Pernicious Poison. The issue, of course, is the stupid Monkey Dory, right? The Monkey Dory just ruins everything. Oh, well, they just won the game. Oh, man. They just won the game. I really thought we had a chance here. I really thought we had a chance. Really thought we had a chance there. We did not. And never gonna let me down. I can unmod you. All right, so that was just, again, it was just, wait, what? Wait, what? What? Okay. That's interesting. I was already chalking this up to a loss here. That's weird. So we go and get the Meowth. Like, do they feel bad for me or something? I do have to Lilies. I have to Lilies for a monkey. So if I kept the Pokepad and gotten rid of, well, actually, it wouldn't have changed any. Thank you, PTCGL. Thank you. So I need Darkness Energy Monkey Dory or else we lose. Oh, yep, yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Okay, well, yeah, sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles. Actually, no, they don't have game yet. They just need a Darkness Energy, and then they'll have game. But, yeah, we'll just go Corrosive Liquid. That was fun. But yeah, I guess I have to undo the loss. That was very strange. That was very, very strange. Yeah, there's our second Dragalge. You'll notice that a lot of my lists have like a 3-2 line. Yeah, because I put the Frostlass down. Well, I just assumed, I just assumed that they had it like that, but they would have won anyway. They would have won anyway. It's fine. And Mark, yeah, there you go. I beat them off too quickly. Okay, so that was just kind of a weird game from the start to finish, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We're doing a hard reset here. We got nothing in the right order. We prized everything we needed. The unfair stamp screwed us over. Because you're not supposed to attack with this deck. The whole thing about Dragalge is that you don't have to worry about unfair stamp and Pheasantipity, but when you attack with the stupid Mega Frostlass, then you do. Okay. Everyone, this is reset time. We're gonna do a hard reset. We're gonna win. We're gonna do a reset stamp right now. You know, boomers remember what that card does. Press 1 if you remember what reset stamp does, because you're a boomer if you do. And let's do a giveaway. What is the name of Mega Dragalge's first attack? First person to guess it right gets a first partner code. So what is the name, spelled perfectly with perfect capitalization? What is the name of Mega Dragalge's first attack? Ah, what a fan. Let me guess. Meow started. Oh, that was so close. Remember, I just... do you actually want the code? Never Let Me Down? If you actually want the code, then yeah, I'll send it to you. So congratulations, you got it. Hey, wait, what? Wait, what? What? Wait. What? Hang on a second. Okay, YouTube audience, this is very strange. They had the... Wait, was it a mulligan? Oh, wait, no, I took it. Yeah, okay, so it was a mulligan. Okay, so they got the Ogre Pawn off the mulligan. Did they? I don't know. Did I miss something there? The Violator, you got violated by Never Let Me Down. It seemed like they put them down at the same time, but I wasn't paying attention because I was DMing the code. I was sliding into Muse codes, or DMs. So I don't honestly know. Unless they're trying to tuck tail, which is a fun strategy. There's absolutely no way I lose this game. Freaking guaranteed. Trust Your Pilot wins. Trust Your Pilot is the freaking GOAT. And the Frostlass is the only way we're going to win this matchup. So please, please, Lily, don't screw me over. Give me 8 playable cards. I mean, you gave me playable cards. I wouldn't say you gave me 8 playable cards. This is not, 8 crazy... Ow. This is not 8 crazy nights. All right, so let's go Buddy Buddy Poffin. I think I want Dunsparce and another Snow Runt. And then I just hit him with the old attach to you. There's not really a point to Risky Ruins anymore. That's the problem with Risky Ruins is it's a really risky card to put into your deck when you don't play Colress's Thicacity or just a way to find it. Because if you don't start it, then you're just like, wow, that's a useless card. And I would have not really wanted to use it here because I want to be able to bump their forests. Because the thinking here is that they're going to put a forest down ahead of like a Lily's. And then if they can't get what they need, then I can bump it. And then they don't have a forest later on in the game. But this is going to be very interesting. I have to make sure that I use my Frostlass properly. Yep, they just... Oh, it's Hydrapple. Oh, and just a pass. Okay. That's interesting. Do they not think that I can beat them off? All right, so let's go to Dunsparce here. I think I just take the knockout of the Meowth. But the thing is that they can get it up so high. They can just absolutely get it up. I mean, no matter what, I have a Dragalge attack this turn. The question is, how much do I believe in the heart of the cards? How much does Trust Your Pilot believe in the heart of the cards here? I think, yeah, I play with my balls. We get rid of that and that. I have to go for the Frostlass. So this way the Meowth gets knocked out between turns. I can't allow them to tuck tail, so that would be a problem. So let's go, yeah, that and that, and then doesn't matter. Oh, I guess just in case I made an oopsie and forgot. So that's going to go there, and then I will attach to you. We go Pernicious Poison, and this is why Frostlass is just such a good card, right? It's, you know, Frostlass with Mega Dragalge just works out so perfectly. The problem with Mega Dragalge is you'd rather this was just a Frostlass Monkey Dory Badoo deck. You wish this was, you know, Starmie Frostlass, just anything Frostlass. Like, this is obviously a good combo, and Monkey Dory works really well because you have water and darkness as your energy. But if my opponent just gets a Hydrapple, my cheeks are clapped, right? Because I think they already have it, right? It's going to be, what is it, 30? Is it 30 times or 30 plus 30 times? Whatever it is, they've got it, and we're about to get destroyed here. And I'm not sure I can make a comeback because I don't have a good 2-prize attacker in this situation. Yeah, okay. So I'm just apparently amazing at this game, and they're terrible, and cool. All right, so we go Pokepad. I go Pokepad for the Frostlass. Get the Frostlass. We don't need any of these other cards. Because they whiffed, I just win the game now. And then I can get rid of... I don't have to play with my balls anymore. The game is over. I have won. I am him. We all know this. And then we go for the Dunsparce. Yeah, they needed to get a Hydrapple, so they would have had to retreat. But if they just had a couple energy, we lose. Yeah, like you said, with the Ogerpon, if it had a bunch of energy on it, we're screwed. Well, that seems fine. And then I don't want to Badoo. Obviously, I'm getting knocked out coming into my turn here. I think I'm going to pop the Dunsparce. The reason I'm doing this is because I want a Snorunt. Ooh, that's great. But the reason I did that is that I wanted a Snorunt. And the reason I want a Snorunt is because of this guy. I want to be able to attack with Glalie or Mega Frostlass if I need to. And then I'm going to put... It's so tough, because what if they put a special red card on top? I think even if they did, that's fine. And I'm just going to attach to this guy. And then we go Pernicious Poison. But I'm not really worried too much. Oh, this is insane. I'm not really worried too much about anything they can do now. It's as long as I don't get special red carded into nothing. But even if I get special red carded into nothing, what you'll notice is that I don't have any 3-prizers on my field. So it's very important that if your Skrelp and stuff aren't at threat of being knocked out, do not evolve. Because if I was to... Because obviously this dude's getting knocked out this turn. If I was to evolve this prematurely, if I was to have a pre-release and finish early and evolve into Mega Dragalge or evolve into Mega Frostlass, that would give them a win condition next turn if they red card me or unfair stamp me into nothing. This way, I at least get about 2 extra turns. And because I have the double Frostlass, which is just the only way you can win this matchup, is you have to win with Frostlass. And, you know, you have the baby Velatol, which can also help in this matchup because you just trap somebody stupid like Meganium. But it just harkens back to what I said when I was a normal person playing the Pokemon trading card game. You got to count your opponent's prizes for them. Obviously, they did nothing, so I'm golden like a shower right now. But this is amazing. It doesn't matter who they promote. They should definitely promote like a single prizer here. But I mean, I have bosses. I have Night Stretcher. This is absolutely amazing. If you're wondering, well, Poilet, you skipped the first game, Poilet. Why'd you do that, Poilet? You're cherry picking your wins, Poilet. I started Meowth against Dragapult. What do you think happened? Right? I started the stupid Meowth against Dragapult, and I got nothing. How do you think that game ended? I guess I don't really have to do a whole lot here, because the Monkey Dory is also just kind of game at some point. But yeah, Pernicious Poison. So I had multiple win conditions. And yeah, Pernicious Poison. It's amazing, because remember, it doesn't activate Unfair Stamp. If you take a knockout with Mega Frostlass, or if you take a knockout with Monkey Dory during your turn, then yes, they can use Unfair Stamp. Oh, that is this. I prized Prime Catcher in back-to-back games because PDCGL just loves me so much. And if you haven't seen my tweets, I had a test game with the Zoroark build of this deck. And guess what? I started a Zorua and a Monkey Dory in the active at the same time because PDCGL is a well-made game. So this was the Frostlass build. Frostlass, they kind of did nothing. All right, so I'm just going to be like, they kind of did nothing, but I also am awesome. And Lena, if you need this to work, Lena, I got some bad news. And Zeus, is there anything you should know if you're going to your first cup? Reading is important. Reading is very important. Oh, this is a brand new player. We're going to beat off a virgin. And Saito, I've been telling people for months that this is not a good card. It's better than unplayable, is what I've been saying. Like, remember when the leak first happened? What was that, January or something? When the leak first happened, I pointed out the reasons why it was good, but I think that was before we knew about Rocky Fighting and Bubbly Water. So it was before we knew that, oh, there's 2 cards coming out that perfectly counter it. Zeus, how is Trevenant better than Azelf? I ask you, how is Trevenant better than Azelf? And the answer is that it isn't. Azelf is better than Trevenant. The 50 damage is not good enough. We've started Meowth in like every single game here. We've either had it as our starter or it's just been kind of sitting there. All right, so Lucario was very interesting. Because they went first, that's actually good for us. So they're going to burn their items. Acewing, that's like a week 3 card. I'm excited for it, don't get me wrong, because I really liked Tauros when I played it, but that's like a week 3 card. You just take out the old one, add that one, and you have a better chance. Lena, kinda. Oh, that's premature. They prematurely finished into a bush. They prematurely played with their flower curtain. My opponent must be having some troubles because they just prematurely put down that shaman. It's a real shaman. They just did that. All right, so I think I go. This is really weird. I mean, there's no way they have it like that, right? There's no way they have it like that. I'm just gonna attach to. Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, I can't really put the Meowth down, right? If I put the Meowth down, that's just going to ruin my entire matchup here. But now I think I can wait a turn. I think I can wait a turn here. The reason I say that is they got rid of a fighting energy. They didn't attach a fighting energy. So in order for them to do anything this turn, they need air balloon, fighting energy, bosses. If they had a Makuhita down, I would have played differently. You know, if they had a Makuhita, I would have put the Meowth down and been like, yeah, go for the Meowth. That's fine. That's 2 prizes. Totally okay with that. But they didn't even attach an energy, which is really bad. And they put a Shaman into play, not knowing what Mega Dragalge does, because no one freaking knows what Dragalge does. Who's going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to play Dragalge. I know what that does. That's obviously a card we know what it does. Oh, you can suck my butt. Okay, so we just got massively punished. I cannot believe how ultra punished we just got. That is insane. I have never been spanked so hard by not playing with my kitty cat than that turn right there. I'm like, oh, it's totally fine. The only thing that can ruin our lives is a Team Rocket's Watchtower. There's no way they get that, right? Immediate Team Rocket's Watchtower, my life is over. And they've just done back-to-back lilies. But they're still in a situation where they need air balloon energy. Crap. Trust your pilot doesn't know what to do now. Trust your pilot. Trust your pilot's having an oopsie. Trust your pilot's having problems. Bad things are happening. Bad things are happening. Well, I have to promote the monkey, I guess. And just because this is literally a free win if I put the Meowth down. But I was like, oh, wait, I don't want to. I had to do math there. Ooh, there's a Roxy's. That's completely useless. Thank you. That is 100% useless. This is great. Oh my god. This was going to be in a YouTube video. Okay, never mind. No, we're fine. We're fine. We're going to learn from our mistakes. If we have the Meowth and a dead hand, we have to do it. Remember when I said Risky Ruins is a risky card? You either have it at the start or you just don't and you hate life. Yeah, I'm hating life right now. I'm also baiting life. I don't know. Please. Ace Wine, they can't retreat if they're poisoned. I have never used it in my testing because I just get my back blown out way too early. She's not useless, but the situations where she's been useful have not appeared yet. I have yet to run into a situation where she does anything. And I have seen all the posts and everything, so a lot of people are posting like, hey, I got 3,000 experience for a win in the build and battle mode. And that's kind of funny. And it's like, yeah, that is kind of funny. Okay, we got a Dragalge, which is great because I can't do anything. We got a Dragalge, which is great because I can't do anything. All right, we'll probably play one more with this one. And then I will include this depending on the start, because we've had a Meowth start every single game. It's either been Meowth was our opener or we've just had Meowth. All right, so this is Sora Senpai, so they're a weeb. That's good, because that means they might get distracted when I start talking about foot lotion, because they're a weeb and they're... Oh, okay, here we go. I'm going to go first because I believe in the heart of the cards. Or worse, a Kingdom Hearts fan. I know, right? That'd be devastating. Okay, this is... Really wish I'd gone second. I really wish I hadn't believed in the heart of the cards. Is this just Greninja? This is just Greninja, right? And Pizzazz, I have about 7 different lists, so I will get to the right ones at the right time. Oh wait, Yutra, you're talking about last format. Who's out here playing last format? What kind of a nerd is playing last format? All right, I regret believing in the heart of the cards, but this is fine. I'm going to put the Risky Ruins down because I got completely screwed over by not putting Risky Ruins into play last game, but this is just a terrible start. I decided to go first because Trust Your Pilot believed that, oh, let's go PDCGL, you're gonna help me out here, you're gonna get me everything I need, it's gonna be great. It was not great, it was terrible, but we do have Mega Frostlass just kind of chilling on the bench, so that'll be really good. And I'm very curious to see how the Greninja matchup goes, but we know for a fact this entire matchup is gonna come down to Lily's determination. Oh, okay. This is kind of disappointing. I'm going to just Lilies here. And wow, I could not have envisioned a worse Lilies. Remember what I just said? As long as I get a good Lilies and this game's just going to come down to Lilies. Remember when I said that? And then I Lilies'd into basically 8 unplayable cards? God, there's no way. Right? There is no way you can shuffle draw 8 and then have an unplayable hand afterwards when your deck has cards in it and this just happens. So in this situation, I have a Dark Feather. I do have Dark Feather. to take the knockout this turn. There's a Neo. Oh, they should never. You should never do that. You should never prematurely finish with Neo Upper Energy here. That was a terrible decision. You should literally never attach the Neo Upper. I don't care if it's the right play. You should never do it. Okay. If I can... Yeah, they're going to just use the Dunsparce probably to get it out of the way. That's fine. But I'm not quite sure how we win from this point. And they used Runaway Draw, so that's actually really good. That's really, really strong here, because they might go into the Meowth, and Surfing Beach doesn't work. If they go into the Froakie, they're not expecting this. So I'm not really sure what their plan is. They're just kind of hope. Oh, geez. All right. Well, looks like we're knocking out a... Looks like we're knocking out a Froakie. Looks like we're knocking out a Froakie, even though I definitely don't want to, and they can just blow my butt out here. At Malibu Man, absolutely. With Mega Magnetric, you can just one-shot Greninja all day. Everyone's playing Greninja. The problem is the Terra Greninja. So if they see, oh, you're playing Mega Magnetric, I'm just going to play Terra Greninja and I'm going to win the game. So all they need is Monkey Dory. Oh, not that one. Oh, they're going to Mirage Barrage. They don't realize that I survive. I don't think they realize that I just survived that. Yeah, that was an oopsie on your part there, bro. That was a slight oopsie on your part, wasn't it? I resist fighting. Fighting resistance for the win. All right, so let's go. I mean, I can Badoo. I don't think I want to Badoo that. Let's go double Skrelp, and then we'll get the Frostlass back. Or sorry, the Snorunt back. We get the Snorunt back. Actually, yeah, I guess I kind of have to. Like, I know Risky Ruins is in play, but they have made a very bad oopsie here in their pants. So let's go Crispin. Let's thin out some more things. And then, yeah, we'll put the water into the hand. We'll go Darkness there. We'll go Darkness there. And then, do I use Clutch or do I use Dark Feather? I don't think Dark Feather necessarily helps me out here. So I'm just going to go Water on you because I have a water in my hand. And then we just go Clutch. So this hopefully forces them to suck a butt. And, you know, we have a Dragalge attack next turn unless they get another... Actually, they just need any energy. Right? But the problem if they go for a Mirage Barrage after attaching like a water energy, they have to lose the Neo Upper. So they need an Ignition here. But some of these lists only play one Ignition, and they should not have put that Badoo... Okay. That is totally fine with me. Oh, this is great. They're about to get absolutely beaten off here. Press 1 if you want to watch me beat off a Greninja player. So they have the Neo Upper. You never want the Neo Upper to be on your Greninja EX unless you obviously know that things are going to go well. But they must have had a really terrible hand, and they were just like, I got to attach that Neo Upper. I got nothing else going on. I'm just going to go immediately into the Skrelp. So I'm not quite sure how they win this. The question is, do I want to evolve into the Frostlass? There's pros and cons that I'll talk about, but I think I have to. And let's go Pernicious Poison. And it's unfortunate because now they can just retreat, but hopefully they're going to have to retreat off the energy. Like, the best I think they can do right now is retreat into Badoo and item lock me, but that's not great, and that's fine. But yeah, so the reason I don't evolve into the Frostlass is because I could get a Mega Frostlass, right? They would knock out the Yveltal. I might need a Mega Frostlass to win this game because they have such a gigantic hand. The reason I did want to evolve into it is because that Meowth is going to get whittled down, and if I can find a Monkey Dory at any point, we will be totally fine. But they're in a position where they have to make a big decision. Why not Corrosive Liquid? Because this isn't Mega Greninja. This is Terra Greninja, which attacks for a single water, and they probably have 7 water in their deck. So doing the damage makes a lot more sense. Are they going for a Mirage Barrage? I don't agree with this. I don't agree with knocking out my bench here. I do not agree whatsoever with this move you're about to make. I agree with retreating. I 100% think you should retreat into the Badoo. And then, oh, they're knocking out Frostlass and Yveltal here. There is absolutely no shot they just did that. They're going to give me the free prizes. So clearly they've never faced Mega Dragalge before. Clearly they have never faced Mega Dragalge before because they would have known that you don't do that. So I'm going to get a free prize. That's 2 free prizes essentially. And then I have a knockout on everybody. I can put the Snow Runt down, which is great. That's a Lily's. Okay, so I mean, I could retreat. Do I have a monkey? I do have 2 monkeys. So we're going to sort of see what happens here. I'm going to obviously special red card them. So we go special red card, amazing card, and then Lily's Determination. I just want monkey darkness energy and game is over. I think I just got monkey darkness energy. All right, so wait. Okay, hang on a second. I think I don't do that, right? Nah, heart of the cards, baby. Heart of the freaking cards, bro. Nah, bro, we got this one. I don't, there's no way they can win. What are they going to do? Win? There's no way they got this. I've already won. They have no chancey in hell. And did you like that I didn't get either of the pieces that I needed, but I still won? All right, so I want to heal the Snow Runt. Why am I healing the Snow Runt? Pop quiz, everybody. Poop quiz. Why is Trust Your Pilot healing the Snow Runt? Because if they were to get a Mega Greninja and snipe 6 damage counters, then I just lose the game. Because they could have gone Mega Greninja, snipe the Snow Runt, take a prize, and then, like, obviously there's some shenanigans they could have made to work with, you know, bosses or Thrustin and Gustin. But you have to heal the Snow Runt because they would snipe 6 damage counters and that's just a free prize. And we don't want them to get a free prize. But I think they have learned that Trust Your Pilot is amazing. And even when he lilies into 8 unplayable cards, he can still beat off anybody, no matter how hard they think they are. And there we go. And yes, I understand they got rid of the Neo Upper, so attacking with Mega Greninja was very unlikely. But there was theoretically a world where they could have gone double Mega Greninja, sniped the Snow Runt, sniped the Monkey Dory, and then there would have been 3 damage counters on the Monkey Dory with their own Monkey Dory. So it was a potentially game-losing move by putting the Monkey Dory down, but that made this game more fun, which is why I did it. All right, well, I mean, I guess we just go one more because I'm 2-2 and playing 5 games seems fine. So 2-2, we'll go for this. Mega Greninja just got absolutely obliterated, got its butt absolutely pancaked. I pulverized their pancake. Comics. And yeah, so the Pokemon Company, I replied to their tweet, not the tweet about how that I'm not a partner for Twitch codes and Twitch drops, but did you know that you can redeem those codes and get even more fun stuff? Oh, that was close. Okay, so I'm going first, but I don't have an energy. So I think this is a Snow Runt start. And, you know, I only play 8 energy. It's not like you're going to find one. But all you get from watching the partnered streams is a collector crate. Those are useless. The codes that I give you, much better. This is going to be a very interesting matchup. Very, very interesting matchup coming up here. I think I just go immediately for the Monkey Dory. I did prize one of my baby Frostlass. I have 1 dude prized. Okay, so let's go Snow Runt, Skrelp, Risky Ruins, Monkey Dory, and turn. But believe it or not, this is 4 out of 5 games where I've had Meowth EX in my starting hand. Oh my god. Yep, of course. They just have It's gonna be one of those games where Dragapult just has everything. I hope you're ready, waiting, willing, and excited here, because I would have just been able to knock out the stupid Badoo, because Hilda for Dragalge for everything would have been all that I needed. You know, it's like the use. That's all that I got. All right, let's go Hilda for Dragalge Darkness, and then I go attach to you, Dragalge, Frostlass, and then Adrenabrain. So now the Badoo is within range, and I've already played a supporter. So I think next turn, it really depends on what they do, because the odds of them being able to do everything are quite high because it's Dragapult. You know, Dragapult's just always going to do it like that. You know, they need Rare Candy, Dragapult, Crispin, and they're going to obviously do that because that's what Dragapult does every single time. The good news is the jamming tower doesn't really matter. It's just that if they hadn't bumped it, I would have just knocked out the Badoo, and that would have been, like, really, really good. Okay, so we get a prize. The good news is that we get a prize. The bad news is that I have to suck my own butt, and, you know, that I'm not as flexible as I used to be. Okay. This is awkward. I think I have to Meowth. Okay, so bear with me here. Bear tick with me here. Why am I Meowthing first? Pop quiz time. Why did Trust Your Pilot Meowth before taking the knockout? Because he wanted 8 cards instead of 6. Okay, that's cool. Love that. And in this situation, I think I go Adrenabrain. Let's heal this guy. No. 6, set 4, 6. No, I guess I don't. I was going to say I should probably heal the Monkey Dory, but with quick maths, I think this is the correct play. And then, yeah, there's that guy. So the reason that I healed the Snorunt is because I'm anticipating Dragapult Psychic bosses. If they go Dragapult Psychic bosses and I leave the Snorunt damage, that's a knockout on the Snorunt. Now they might change their tactics, because now they would need bosses, Crispin, which they can't do, obviously. So it just requires them to have a much bigger combo than I think they're able to get here. Now we have to hope they don't get Unfair Stamp. That is the one card. That is the one thing you have to be aware of with Monkey Dory, is this deck does not activate Unfair Stamp or Pheasantipity unless you take a knockout with Monkey Dory on your turn. That is the one thing you want to avoid. But they have to find one of their 3 Psychic. If they don't, they're just knocking out the Snorunt, and I am just in so much business. I'm all up in their business. There's their Monkey. If they just attach a Dark... Oh my god. Everybody, we're facing a Dragapult player who just doesn't have it like that. This is a Dragapult player who didn't just immediately have it like that. Everybody, do you understand what is happening right now? This is a Dragapult player that just does not immediately have it. I think I need a new pair of pants. All right, so then we go... Oh, I don't know if I have any energy left. Uh-oh. I don't know. Do I have one of each energy, please? Okay, we got 2 of each. We're good. We're good. Yeah, something screwy happened there. All right, so let's go Monkey Dory down, Snorunt, Crispin for, Water Darkness. Let's get the water into the hand. What are you doing, step bro? I'm about to perniciously poison you. All right, so in this situation, Trust Your Pilot wants to, I think, put 3 on this guy and then take away the 2. Take away from this guy. And then if they heal 3, I'm trying to do the math right now. I think I don't put it on the Dragapult and I just put it on that guy. So we're fully set up there. I can't evolve anybody. Then we go Pernicious Poison. So the thing here is if they choose to heal their Dragapult with the Monkey Dory so they can attack with Phantom Dive, that's perfectly fine. I think they're in a situation where they just have to hard retreat. And this would have been a great situation to play Roxy's Performance, but I think the Crispin play would have been better anyway. I think even if I had Roxy's Performance, I probably would have used Crispin in that situation again. And that just speaks to how I've never once used Roxy's in all of my games with Dragalge on stream and testing. Because Roxy, it's the worst supporter in your deck. Lilies you want to use right away. Crispin you want to use turn 2. Bosses you want to use turn 3. Roxy is, if you're facing Dragapult and you really need to take a KO and this, it's just not. Roxy's just isn't great. I think this is really good for us. As long as they attach to the active, this is really good for us. Oh, they're attaching to the bench. Okay. So they attach to the bench, which means they're going to retreat. And I think this is okay, right? Because I can use Mega Frostlass. Okay. And there's no reason to use bosses here. I will definitely not be using bosses hors d'oeuvres. They split the beams. That's also fine. Okay, so their Munkidori is hurt. I don't need to really do a whole lot right now. There's a Dunsparce. Okay, I definitely need to heal my Frostlass because that's a bit of a problem if I don't. I mean, there's nothing I can really do for the Dragalge here. It's just heal that. Let's go 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to take a knockout of the Dracloak. So then we go 1, 2, 3. And that's a prize. So again, they have access to Unfair Stamp. What the hell is that? All right. We can play with my balls. Get rid of that. And probably the Dunsparce, because I don't think that's ever going to happen. We have the Frostlass, but we also have Glalie. As much as I want to use Glalie, and this is kind of like my spice card, I have to protect my Mega Frostlass. Right? I think protecting the Frostlass is more, or protecting the Snorunt is more important here. So things are important here, but I think that's more importanter. Like I can knock out this guy. So maybe that is the right call. I think actually, no, I think I've realized something, and that I'm a freaking genius, and that going for that Dragapult is better because now all I have to do to win the game is knock out this Dragapult on the bench, which is very easy. They can't take a 5 prize turn. They definitely can't take a 5 prize turn, right? There's no world where they take a 5 prize turn, right? Please? So everyone comment down below. There's no way you're okay, Pilot. There's no way they can take a 5 prize turn. You're a good boy. You're a good boy, Pilot. You've got the nicest feet. No one can hurt you here. This is a safe space. Everyone, just comment down below. This is a safe space. Oh God, there's the Unfair Stamp. That's fine. That was their supporter. What? What? You're playing? I feel like they played this matchup very wrongly. Did they prize their Unfair Stamp? That must be the only thing. They must have prized the Unfair Stamp. Oh, they were trying to be smart. They were trying to be a fart smella and stop themselves from losing, but I'm going to beat them off because they forgot that they take 3 cards, right? They forget that they take 3 cards off the thing. So this is just a very good combo with Mega Frostlass. You know, just being able to have a real heavy hitter. So they knock out the Dragalge and then you do 350, right? You use Dragalge to knock out the first Dragapult. This is kind of textbook. I think things would have been a lot worse had they, had a semi-decent hand on that second turn. And I really do hate that Dragalge will never be the MVP. Just PDCGL doesn't count poison damage as anything. So it counts as attack damage, I think. Maybe not. But Dragalge will never be the MVP. And I think if they had a slightly better start, it would have been a little bit more tricky, Jim. But I still won, and I beat them off, and you should have your feet out at all times. All right, so I'm going to cut that first game. I have instantly cut the first game. First game has been removed from the video. And now we pretend like we're the All-American rejects and we move along. Let's go to the Starmie build. All right, so that's Andy, my 5T. And Connix Comics, GG. Thank you for you'll be in the YouTube video. You get to say, hey, I was in a Trust Your Pilot YouTube video. I got beaten off by a pilot. You can tell people I got beaten off by a pilot. You know, I played PDC Jill and all I got was this mention in a YouTube video. All right, so we're at the 1 hour mark. We're playing something. We're playing the Starmie build. I don't know how I like the Starmie build, but the Frostlass definitely seems like it's the one to be. Right, the Frostlass, just the Glalie some nice spice. And Super Smash card, it's a cheek spreader. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean with what I do? Look at what's about to happen here. As soon as I switch to the Starmie build, we get absolutely rewarded with the greatest start in history. And I honestly think I mean, this is an awkward hand. Because what if they shut off my items? I think I'm in a situation, like, because they could bosses if they shut off my items. I don't know what's about to happen, but I have a feeling none of it is good. So let's go for the Starmie. I know it's not right, but if they have a Badoo, then I don't have a turn next turn. So that's kind of tricky. Oh, this is the worst possible matchup for this deck. The reason Zoroark is the worst possible matchup for this deck is En's Reshiram. En's Reshiram does 20 damage times the number of damage counters on the Zoroark. And guess how much damage Mega Dragalge does? Lone Star, thank you for the sub. I appreciate you. And oh, they got the black belt showing the feet. So they're playing the optimal black belts training build. But yeah, so Pernicious Poison does 16. 16 times 2 is 320. So technically, Mega Dragalge would not get knocked up. The issue, of course, is that Dragalge does get destroyed because Binding Mochi, they probably have Monkey Dory. They also have multiple ways of switching. In this situation, I guess I just go for... I mean, I guess I just bosses a Zorua to shut off their card draw and then attach to the Skrelp, and then we blow them. And yeah, we just hit the Zorua, put a little bit of pressure on them. And they have to go through 2 Megas. But this is just a terrible matchup. And Comics, you were watching my Beedrill video. That is some pretty good timing. You know, yeah, let that be a lesson. If you watch Trust Your Pilot's videos, you can get beaten off by them right after. I'm always watching. You know, while you're watching me, I'm watching you. And never to let me down. That's a good point. Yeah, I power up their mochis. That is hilarious that I make their mochis better. Yeah, there's the Fez. Exactly. So while you're watching me, I'm thinking of you and your feet. It's quite a feat. You know, you might say it's quite a feat. Wait, what? They definitely don't know what Dragalge does if they just ditch an En's Castle and a Binding Mochi. Yeah, tell me you don't know what Dragalge does without telling me you don't know what Dragalge does. That is something. Okay, I don't know why they didn't just retreat, right? Why wouldn't you just retreat? Why would you let yourself get poisoned? Okay. And Eevee, are you saying you haven't watched my video? How dare you, Eevee? How dare you? All right, so let's go. Let's get a Darkness Energy. We're going to go Dragalge, and sure, let's put that there. Let's do that there. And then I have to Jetting Blow them. Where does this make sense? I think this makes sense on the Pecharunt, right? I think it makes sense on the Pecharunt because now a Pernicious Poison knocks out the Pecharunt. But the problem with this deck is they just have to take 2 knockouts and they win the game. And if I never find a Lilies or a playable card, I just lose. Like, I bossed a Zorua early. Obviously, I'm regretting that slightly, but it is what it is. But I can win this matchup. Actually, I can't, because they're just going to retreat and then have space for a Reshiram. Because the Petulant EX just allows them to continually use their Zoroark. So this is definitely going to be a loss. Yeah, they're just going to attack with the other one. There's literally nothing I can do. So I guess we just go with this one. Let's just see what happens, right? Let's just see what happens. If I can top deck a Roxy's, something very funny is going to happen. That's not a Roxy's. If I can just top deck a Roxy's, something very, very funny will happen. But if you watched my rulings video about Roxy's performance, I told you about a very specific situation that might happen. So Roxy's specifies that it includes newly poisoned Pokemon. Oh my god. All right, this version ain't it. We're going to play one more. I was kind of knowing this wasn't going to be very good, but that was crazy. Like, I know the Zoroark matchup isn't good, but that was, that talked about getting spanked. Best start ever, spanking 2. Yeah, free retreat's not good. I guess I can put the Roxy's on the screen because I have it saved to my computer. There we go. So yeah, it includes newly poisoned Pokemon. So if they use Petulant's ability to go into an Yveltal, which poisons the Yveltal, they can't retreat the Yveltal. So if they don't read Roxy's perfectly, it becomes a hilarious situation. But obviously that's like a 1 in 100,000 game situation, and like it'll... Zoroark again? Are you freaking kidding me? I'm not even putting... I mean, I guess I could. I literally just got finished being destroyed by a Zoroark deck and talking about how Zoroark is the worst possible matchup in the history of the world. I guess I mean, the Gemstone doesn't matter. The Gemstone is a useless card in this matchup. So for many, many reasons, Zoroark is the worst matchup in the freaking world. And I guess I have to go Ultra Ball away the... Oh, man. Yeah, the red card is good. I guess this is what I have to do. Like, I'm seeing the future, and I'm not liking what I'm seeing. Because, yeah, we're just going to kind of lose here. They don't have a Darumaka, which is good, but the reason this is a terrible matchup is, I mean, there's so many reasons. End's Reshiram is a massive problem. The fact that they have a free retreat stadium is really bad. The fact that they have Petulant is horrible. So they're never going to have somebody stuck in the active, like my stepsister gets stuck in the washing machine. So, and then 16 damage counters, that basically puts you in one-shot range of Zoroark copying End's Reshiram. There's just so many problems with this matchup. I don't think you're going to win more than like 5 to 10% if you're lucky. Like I would say 5% is being generous, and that's based on them just not having a playable start. Well, you'd think this is good, but this is actually not great. All right, let's go Mega Signal. Let's go get the Dragalge. Oh, man. I mean, I really don't want to do anything, right? There's just nothing good to do. I can't even clutch. I guess I just attach to the monkey. I guess I just attach to the monkey, and then... Ooh, these are all cards that exist. Okay, that's fine. I will take that. The Badoo is great. And then I'm going to hold everything because we got a Wally's Compassion, which is... Wow, this is an unplayable hand. I have realized something unfortunate. This is a slightly unplayable hand. Again with the Lily's... Oh, okay, never mind. Never mind. I'm goated like that, apparently. I'm apparently goated like that. See? Delightful. Oh, it is. You're right. You're right. Delightful. You are correct. Wait, the fact that they didn't tough it out... All right, let's see. Is it going to be them? Are we going to face them again? Is this going to be 3 in a row? Well, the fact that the game is taking forever. Ah, damn it. All right, it's Fleek Fox. Fleek Fox. Why the blue hair? Because I was making gameplay footage. So I think for a YouTube short, I was recording a little bit of footage for the PDC jail wants you to be unsportsmanlike. And what I did is I wanted to make my avatar look as dumb as possible. So I was like, okay, let's just make him look really stupid. And I just did that in like 2 seconds. And there you go. Fantastic start as always. Okay. Yeah, I guess just Monkey Dory start seems fine. But I just, as much as I want to show a Zoroark matchup in the YouTube video, it's just so not good. Right? I can just leave a little blurb. Ooh, this is terrible. This is another horrible matchup for us. Hey, wouldn't it be great if we had another horrible matchup? Oh, yep, they already got the card that makes this the worst matchup in the world. Yeah, I guess I have to leave a note in the... Yeah, like I'm just gonna have to... I only have one baby Frostlass, which is a huge problem. So there's a Frisky Ruins. Let's go get a... I mean, I can shut off their items, and if they don't have a supporter, that's really good. But if they have a supporter, that's not good at all. Right? If they have a supporter, that's not anything at all. All right, so let's go Adrenabrain. Let's heal this guy. I guess I go 1, 2, and then just hope they don't got it like that. Barky Malarkey, yes. Starmie and Laddie. No, like Mewtwo is good against me. Mewtwo is good because I can't do anything. This completely blocks Pernicious Poison against Mewtwo. Yeah, so I think we have to go off this build because I talked about this in the preview video and the best new decks video where I just basically said Mega Dragalge, what was it? Starmie spreads damage, Frostlass takes huge KOs, and Dragalge does its best. Right? Dragalge is just not a good card when you pair it up with other Megas. When you pair it up with other Megas, you're like, oh wow, this card's terrible. So I need to make it look good. It's like when you surround yourself with ugly friends, and if you don't surround yourself with ugly friends, I got some bad news. You are the ugly friend. But that's just kind of what you do. Did they just put in another Articuno? Did they just put in another freaking Articuno? And then immediately erase my balls? They put down a second Articuno and erased my balls. Oh, gee, thanks. Oh, man, I was going to lose if it wasn't for that Wally's Compassion. I'm so lucky I got a Wally's Compassion off the top there. Oh, man. Press 1 if we were saved by that Wally's Compassion. Oh, yeah, it was a Desperation Heroes Cape. There was no way that was actually going to work out for us. But yeah, we're switching off this list because it's just that bad. Yeah, they're going for the Mimikyu, whatever. So at least my Frostlass is surviving this turn. But yeah, we learned that this is not it. This is not the list. It doesn't highlight Dragalge enough. It's just, you basically take a Frostlass Starmie deck and make it worse, right? Not even going to bother. Okay, so the Starmie build, that one can just be immediately forgotten about, like a woman after she turns 40. Let's go Starmie. Okay, so we got Zoroark. We have... Let's just go for the wacky build. Let's go for the Dunsparce build. The Dunsparce build, the Dunsparce. Here we go. Fleet Fire. Oh, it's a rematch. Crap. This is so much worse. This is so much worse. Oh my god. This is an absolute abomination of a matchup here. Oh god. Okay, no, we're fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. I'm going to get rid of all their energy. I'm going to go 4 for 4 on Crushing Hammer. Press 1 if you believe in the Crushing Hammer 4 for 4 here. Oh, well, we're off to a great start, by the way. So, how do I win? It's just, I gotta hit 4 Crushing Hammers. That's really all it is. I have to hit 4 Crushing Hammers and knock out their Spidops. That's the only shot I have. The only shot I have. Okay, well, that doesn't matter. Okay. This isn't as bad of a matchup as Zoroark, but this is still an absolutely horrific matchup for us. I think I have to go Dunsparce, Skrelp. They are currently not threatening anything, which is nice. So I'm just going to attach to the Skrelp and then go end turn. But the reason you can't really win this matchup is this stupid thing. Team Rocket's Articuno. Prevent all effects of attacks down to your basic Team Rocket's Pokemon. Guess what Team Rocket's Mewtwo is? That is a basic Team Rocket's Pokemon. So, yeah, we can't poison it. I also can't use Corrosive Liquid to get rid of all their energy. So we're going to have to go 4 for 4 on Crushing Hammer if we want any hope of winning. And that's very unlikely. But if I can just get some Monkey Dory on the field and get them powered up, I have a slight chance. Because I have Heroes, I think I have Heroes Cape in the list. I can Shake and Bake, we can do some things. But it is very important that I save the Crushing Hammers. Yeah, they're just going to retreat and knock out the Dunsparce, that's fine. I have to save the Crushing Hammers for Team Rocket's energy. And, okay, so remember, the Spidops are not safe. The Spidops do get knocked out, which is really... What? Okay, that's smart, but I'm a little turned on right now. Okay, I was going to say I have to save the Crushing Hammer for Team Rocket's energy, but that changes things immensely. All right, so maybe they just didn't have it like that or something. But they know I can't knock out the Mimikyu, and yes, that's how you say it, and yes, I hate it. All right, so let's go Totsadiri, Yveltal, this guy. And then Crushing Hammer. Oh, 1 for 1, baby. 1 for 1. So let's get rid of that. And then I can do a couple things here. As much as I want to Crispin and then retreat and then trap the Team Rocket's Mimikyu, I think I want to... Oh, okay, I should have done that. As much as I want to do this really smart thing, and I should have done that. All right, so we need... Crap, that's 1 Monkey Dory. That's not good. So I only have the 1 Monkey, which isn't great. Oh, you're right. Retreat Lock isn't effective in attack. I keep forgetting about that. Okay, so there's a Quillfish. There's a Dunsparce. More like Dumbsparce, am I right? More like Dumbsparce. Huh? Get it? Get it? Because it's not like a... Never mind. Okay, we got us. That's the first time I've hit a Totsadiri today to tell you how bad that card is. All right. What does Trust Your Pilot do to win this game? Not much. So they knock out the Totsadiri. I have a Crispin. I also can play with my balls. They have had everything, but this is just absolute nightmare matchup for us. I'm just playing a strict Dragalge list. So... You know, you have 4 Crushing Hammer. 4 Crushing Hammer is totally fine because you can get rid of their, you know, their Mist Energy, their Rocky Fighting, their Bubbly. Can't get rid of this thing, though. So we got to go into Yveltal. You know, it's fine if they have to do the thingy thing, but I really needed to have 2 Monkey Dory. I don't know if I have 2 Monkey Dory. I'm assuming I have 2 Monkey Dory. Because I keep changing the list so much, it's tough to know for sure. But, okay, that's a Dunsparce. That's pretty good. And then to Dunsparce. So I think I go to Dunsparce first because I would really like a Quillfish or something, I think. Oh, hello. Pheasantipity is a card that exists. Don't forget about that. Pheasantipity is a Pokemon card that exists. You might not remember this. It is a card that exists. All right, so we go into you. And then I have Crispin. What is the plan here? Because that Pheasantipity was absolutely goated. And then I have to... Badoo isn't good. Pecharunt isn't good. I can play with my balls. Let's get rid of Poffin and Badoo. Pecharunt is probably going to be a way that we win this game. So let's go... Oh, this is so unfortunate, though. Because they can just knock out my Pecharunt, which is really bad. And if I put a water on anybody, that's also really bad. And then that's also... Everything is just bad. Everything is bad. There's no good move right now. You know, the only good thing is they can't activate Archer. But I need this to be a Monkey Dory if I play 2. I'm kind of banking on the fact that I have 2. But they don't have a Mewtwo yet, right? That is one nice thing. They don't have access to Archer. They don't have a Mewtwo. Clefairy is not a huge problem because, you know, they might be able to get it up, but maybe they don't see it or maybe they prized it. As long as I think if I just keep this guy off the field. So if I shuffle, draw the... They're going for the monkey. Yep, that's the move I would have made. They're going for the monkey, but I'm just taking Spidops KOs all game long. And if I can just hit one of these 2 Crushing Hammer, I will take one of 2. I'm okay with one of 2 Crushing Hammers. That is fine. I will happily take that. Okay, we just need to hit a Team Rocket's energy and everything is fine. But this, you can see how of a nightmare this is, how much of a nightmare this is just because of the Articuno. Okay, we have 3 chances to get 1 heads. Crap. We have 3 chances to get 1 heads. 3 chances to get 1 heads. There we go. Okay, we have 1 Crushing Hammer left. We can still do this, everybody. Okay, we have to go Night Stretcher for the monkey. Monkey down, and then I get Water Darkness. I put the water into the hand. We put the darkness on the Monkey Dory. They probably have another Giovanni. And then, yeah, if I get Skrelp, I think I put the Skrelp down. We did not get a Skrelp. I also think I might need that Meowth later, but it just kind of feels like I'm going to lose this game, doesn't it? Just kind of really feels like I'm going to win this or lose this game. Yeah, I can't really use the Quillfish. I could put the Dunsparce down. I am very worried about a potential Lily's Clefairy play, but I'm just kind of... I don't have many options here. This is just a nightmare matchup. But at least this one, I can kind of finagle it with the Crushing Hammers. The Zoroark matchup, you have no chance against Zoroark. Ooh, that would be a great card if I could poison anybody. That'd be a great card if I could do anything with it. Okay, so maybe is the strat here to knock out the Articuno? There's no one I can knock it out with. I can knock it out with Pecharunt EX. So I think my win condition or my path to victory is I have to knock out the Articuno on a special red card turn and then do the thing. So I knock out the Articuno on a special red card turn with the Pecharunt EX. But I haven't really managed my energy perfectly. There's a Giovanni. Yeah, we knew that was going to happen. They're going for the Monkey Dory again. Yep, they know what they're doing. Ah, man, this is rough. And they got the grass on the thing, so they just need a Team Rocket's energy. It's going to come down to special red card. Oh, man. Yeah, the Roxy's performance isn't great. At this point, I think I have to change my strategy. And ooh, there's an energy switch. That's not great. There's a gemstone. Again, not a great card. Okay, so Peturunt, I think it has to go into play. I think I have to... Ah, man, this is just so awkward. Okay, so let's go Gravity Gemstone just to get it out of the deck. I'm going to play the Crushing Hammer, obviously, to see if I can get rid of that grass energy. We went 3 for 4. I am always happy with 3 for 4 on Crushing Hammer. You can never be upset about that. The problem, well, the thing is, they're never going to activate Archer. That is the one thing that I can sort of hang my hat on, is that Archer will never be a card that is played here by them unless I take a knockout with, like, the Peturunt or something. So let's do Lily's Determination. That's really good, except for the fact that it isn't. That's really good, except for the fact that it isn't. And then we go Pernicious Poison. Okay. And then, yeah, if you're wondering why was it 18, it's because of the Perilous Jungle, which adds 2. I'm not really sold on Perilous Jungle because most things get knocked out by Pernicious Poison. The thing that Perilous Jungle helps is if they have Monkey Dory. And I definitely tried to fit... I definitely tried to fit a Patrat in here, and it just didn't happen. But we're actually in a decent spot. We're not in a decent spot anymore. We are not... Oh, we could have won this game so easily. Could have so easily won this game. This was the easiest win, but then they just got everything. Okay, you know, special red card is a lie. Special red card is an absolute lie. Oh, man. And Zeppalok? Well, it wouldn't have mattered, but it also, they could have archered. Right? They could have just archered there, and that would have been also terrible. All right, so that's 210. Oh, man. So, I mean, I guess I can attack with a... I can't attack with a fresh Dragalge because we don't have that. Let's just go Crispin, get the water out of there. So, yeah, let's subjugate some chains. Wow, I have a literally unplayable hand right now. Isn't that cool? Literally unplayable. There's a lot of things I would like to do right now. I mean, they're just an energy away. Actually, 160. 160 doesn't do it. 220, but 220 is perfect. I can clutch the Spidops, but then they would just bosses and potentially win. If I take a knockout the hard way, that's also bad. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to win this one. I think if I had a Dunsparce or something, you know, if I had Dunsparce, if I had a playable card in my hand, I could have won. But when you red card someone and they get Ariana Grande off of that, there's not a whole lot of ways you're going to win. Right? If I had... Okay, the fact that they didn't just go immediately into Mewtwo is fine. Again, they can't use Archer. That's a freaking Night Stretcher, so I think they got it, right? Because if they went for Spidops, that probably means they have it, because why would they go for Spidops and not Energy? Unless they just have a really junk hand. Like, if their hand is... Okay, that's great. So, do they realize that they have it? Oh, wow, they just have everything. Okay, all right, okay. Literally special red card into Ariana, into Double Team Rocket's Energy, into Lily's Clefairy, into Spidops, into everything. And there you go. Why didn't I switch into Peturunt? Because Peturunt was my win condition. I needed Peturunt to knock out the Mewtwo, so if I lose the Peturunt, I lose the game. And if I take a knockout with the Peturunt, they can use Archer to affect my hand down to 3 cards, and then I would lose that way too, and they also would have just needed Giovanni to win. There was no way we win that game. Yeah, did I prize Wally? I might have prized Wally there, if I have it. I don't have Wally. I also have Tatsugiri and stuff. I wanted to try Quillfish just to see. And I also wanted to see, some other things, but do I have 2 Monkey Dory? Spindrift, the first one. Let's go first. All right, well, wouldn't you know it, we have a great turn go. Every time I go first, we have the best starting hand to go second. Every time I go second, we have the best starting hand to go first. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. But Spindrift, the problem with Dragalge is you can't play it on its own. Okay, this is terrible. Can I get a Skrelp? That's not a Skrelp. I mean, I have energy switch, so honestly, I think I just put... Let me just attach the water. I'll attach the water to the Dunsparce because I have energy switch, so if I happen to top deck a Buddy Poffin or something, then that's pretty cool, and I just energy switch it to the Skrelp. And if I have to shuffle back in the Dunsparce, that's also fine because I just shuffle back in the energy as well, which is actually not the worst thing in the world because that just made Crispin better. So that's always that's a high level play. If, oh, I have energy in my hand, but I need to use Crispin, well, you attach to the Dunsparce and you do it next turn. Okay, the fact that they used Poffin and only got a Froakie is very interesting. What I can tell you for sure is they're not going to have a turn to anybody good unless they have Grand Tree. The only way they can win this game is if they have Grand Tree, and I think I just have to play all of my Crushing Hammers here. Thank you. That's a great card. I know I just said I have to play all my Crushing Hammers, but oh my god. Okay, there's a monkey. That's cool. Oh, golly gee whizzikers. Okay, well, yeah, I kind of have to play with my balls here. Let's get rid of... Oh, man, yeah, I guess I have to... It has to be that. And then I go for Skrelp. This is very awkward. So the good news is they're not going to be able to do the thing. The bad news is they're probably just going to be like, I'm just going to go for Frogadier. And then what the hell are you going to do? Because remember, Frogadier gets any 3 Pokemon from your deck. So it doesn't matter that they don't have their items. They're probably still going to get everything. But if they just find a Frogadier, they are fully set up for the rest of the game, and I can't affect their hand. And there's a little... Of course. Of course. All right, this is fine. This is fine. And there's the Frogadier with the Summoning Jutsu. Search your deck for up to 3 Pokemon, so they still get 3 Pokemon. I imagine it's going to be Greninja, Dracloak, Frogadier. The good news is, if I can just find energy switch. Oh, they got Dragapult. Okay. I was not expecting that. If I can just find any energy plus the energy switch, the game is over and I have won. Okay, no, this is fine. This is fine. We're totally fine. Everything is great. Everything is great. Nothing has been better. I have never felt better. I have never felt better in my life than what's about to happen right now. Okay, we got something. I have to go Water Energy. And then I guess Crushing Hammer. Hope to hit the actives Water Energy. Yep, didn't think so. Didn't think that was going to happen. Okay, so I could have knocked out the Frogadier this turn. I just needed, you know, anything good to happen. Remember when I got rid of that Crispin? If I had known that things were going to buff out like that, I would have kept the Crispin and got rid of the Night Stretcher or the bosses or whatever it was. Because I think knocking out the Frogadier was a lot more important here to not allow them to have potentially 2 turns or just, back-to-back Magic Greninja plays. But the good news is, if they do go into Magic Greninja, which they won't, this is going to be a Terra Greninja, they're going to probably just knock out the Badoo, knock out the Monkey Dory, put some damage on the Dragalge. They have a million different options. They have 5 different options. They have 6 or 7 different options now. Are they going for a Mirage Barrage? Okay, so if they go for Mirage Barrage and they knock out Monkey Dory Skrelp, that's really bad for us. But, and this is a big but, because it's mine and it's very nice. Okay, I get compliments every day. I can Roxy's Performance and trap the Greninja, but that just kind of allows them to do all the things next turn. God, this is just so... It's not fair that they get everything they need and I have to struggle over here. All right. I think... Am I in a situation where this is a Roxy's turn? I have never used Roxy's Performance before because it's a terrible card. But is this the one situation where Roxy actually makes sense? I am heavily doubting that. Because they come into my turn, Lily's is worse, but it prevents them from retreating, but they do 170 to me, which is also not good. And I kind of want them to knock out the Badoo. And no, I'm going to go for it. This is the first time I've ever used Roxy's. Let's give her a try. Let's give her a shot here. Let's see. Is Roxy's any decent card? They can't retreat. They can still, have a switch, or if they have, well, I guess Surfer wouldn't do it. So they can't use Air Balloon. Surfing Beach doesn't work because Terra Greninja is a fighting type. But this is the situation I find myself in far too often, is my opponent gets everything, and then I just get nothing. Who am I, James Bond? Is this everything or nothing here? That being said, I do have bosses. I don't know. I don't think there's a way that I can win, because all they have to do to win is just knock out Dragalge, Badoo. Special red card is nice, but you're seeing why this version of the deck is so insane. And they can literally win next turn, because Mega Greninja is going to do insane damage. It's going to do 200. I essentially have to hit all of my Crushing Hammers, then hope they don't find Neo Upper. Yeah, just the stupid Mirage Barrage turn. Stupid Mirage Barrage turn. That really sunk me here. You really should be playing Shaman. Terra Greninja is seeing a lot more play, so Shaman's really good. And then just Arboliva. I know Beedrill isn't seeing a ton of play, except if you watched the #1 PDC GL player of 2022 play it. It seems really good. And there's the Mega Greninja, so that's probably game, because they're going to have Surfing Beach. They're going to be able to, do all the retreat shenanigans. Again, another stage 2 with a 1 retreat cost. Okay, we're going to take 2 prizes. That's nice. Special red card is not activated. That's less nice, because now they just have everything they need to win the game next turn. I can't boss and Roxy's in the same turn. Those are all terrible cards that do not help me whatsoever. Thank you, PDCGL. I mean, I could, in theory, boss the Meowth and then try to win there somehow, because they could hard retreat that, but then they could just go Rare Candy. All right, let's put Skrelp down. Let's go Lilies. I really wish the special red card could have activated. I wish I had played this slightly differently. Okay, there's the Shaman. Great timing, bud. Your timing is impeccable. All right, so I guess I'll just put it down, and then yeah, it's just basically hard retreat into Badoo and attach that and Itchy Pollen. There's no other option that I have right now other than doing all of that. Oh, man, and then they'll knock out the Badoo. I don't have anything I can Badoo because that was, again, just another absolutely useless Lilies. There's Lumio City, which nobody knows what it does. You wanna go first, and then you wanna use Lumio City, then you just get a basic Pokemon. But if you don't start Lumio City in your opening hand and you don't go first, that's really bad. Okay, yeah, I kinda figured they had everything, you know, off a 12-card hand, and I couldn't do anything. Wait, what? Okay. Okay, you could've won the other way. You could've won with Greninja. Kramer, just start with Lucario and then move on. Because remember, you get like 10 free decks. You get about 10 free decks just to start the game. So start with Mega Lucario, then move on. You know, see what tickles your fancy. See what tickles your feet. Man, I really wish I'd known that Shaman was in the deck. All right, so that was Dart. This is Limp Biscuit 56. All right, so remember when I went first last time and that was the dumbest decision I've ever made? I'm going to go second this time, and it's going to be the best decision I've ever made. Because we're going to start Badoo, and we're going to have a Lilies, okay? Okay, that's this would have been an amazing starting hand if I had literally any basic. Literally any basic, and this is the perfect starting hand. But I guess, you know, I'm not going to update my new player video for 2026, even though they added the new mode. But I do wonder, is build and battle like where new players should focus all of their attention? Kenny Jones, thank you. So remember when I said I was going to go second and get the best turn 2 hand? And then this would have been a much better turn 1 hand because I just attach and do the thing. And Kenny, yeah, just start with Lucario, check out the guide. Oh, we're all boomers here. We're all boomers here. But yeah, I think you should play build and battle, right? You should play build and battle. It lets you learn the game, lets you have a little bit of fun. Oh, God. Okay. This is a horrible matchup. If only I'd gone first. If only I'd gone first, we'd be in a much better spot. Yeah, if I'd gone first, this is actually a game we could have won. But because I went second, no. Okay, well, I guess I just Crushing Hammer, attach the water, and flip tails because PDCGL hates my life. All right, so there's not really a choice. I have to get rid of double Perilous Jungle just to go get Meowth to get Lilies. And then I have to prioritize my Monkey Dory. That is very important. The monkeys must be prioritized. But Perilous Jungle is very important because it just builds up more damage and it would help me in the long run here. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's go Buddy Buddy Poffin for, I guess, just Skrelp Dunsparce. And end turn. Okay, so we have nothing for next turn. Thankfully, I know it's weird to say thankfully. Thankfully, Quillfish is weak to fighting. Not that it matters because they would still do 170 and take the knockout. Battle Cage is fine. I did lose both my stadiums because, of course, PDCGL would do that to me. PDCGL would be like, hey, wouldn't it suck if you had to lose everything that you hold dear? That you hold weird dear? Oh, man, we're going to be fine. We're going to be totally fine. As long as they don't get a Monkey Dory. Okay? As long as they don't find a Monkey Dory, everything will be fine. I do have to put my Pheasantipity down. I guess I don't think I can bosses. I was going to say, if I can bosses, that would be good, but it realistically is going to be, I have to send up the Skrelp, go for Dragalge. They're going to be poisoned, which doesn't matter. I just wanted to have, you know, a somewhat decent single prize attacker in here if like a Dragalge gets knocked out or something. I don't really know what I was thinking with Quillfish. I just wanted to add a brand new card. You know, it does 30 damage. It knocks out a Badoo. If, you know, it's late in the game, you know, they knock out a Quillfish, you bring the Quillfish back, you do 80 damage. It's not terrible. It does hit for a dark weakness against certain things, you know, Mewtwo. Maybe I can knock out a Mewtwo one day. Probably not. Oh, goody. Okay, that's perfect. You want to go for my Meowth? Absolutely. You want to go for my Meowth? I thought you were going for the Skrelp and I panicked. That is totally fine. I do have to put another Fighting Wheat 2 prizer into play. And that's bad, but we'll be fine. It's all great. Okay, come on, Fez. Show everybody why you're the best card ever printed. Oh, God. Oh, no. This is just like that dream I had. Okay, boss is this guy. Sure, let's evolve into you. Why not? And then end turn. Should I have Night Stretchered for the Meowth back? And then Lilies again? Probably. But you gotta believe sometimes. Sometimes you gotta believe. Yeah, this is the perfect game to use Corrosive Liquid. Because I can just get rid of all their Prism energy. Because they don't play Rocky Fighting, because they have to play Prism and Legacy. This is a terrible matchup, but it's also the one matchup where Corrosive Liquid would do something, because they don't play Mist, they don't play Rocky. I'm in the worst possible situation. Oh, this is great. This is great. Oh, they got the Barbaracle. Of course they did. Okay. Everything is going right for them. Everything is going wrong for me. Fantastic. Love that. Oh, man. There's a water. Well, I can use Corrosive Liquid. That's at least something. So let's go Crushing Hammer. See if I can get rid of the fighting on the active. All right. Well, hey, what if they just concede right after this, right? What if they just immediately concede right after this because they realize I'm so good and so handsome and so attractive? What if they're just like, oh man, Pilot's just too handsome here. I can't beat off someone that good. Okay, this is great because remember, they only do 70 damage if they don't have a Prism or a Legacy attached. And I think I'm in a situation where I have to hard retreat the Mega Dragalge here and go into the Quillfish, I guess, because that allows them to take a prize. But yeah, they're going to go, they use Lunar Cycle. They did pick up 3 cards. The fact that they didn't just immediately slam something down seems like it's really good for us. But is this going to be the first time in the history of a Mega Dragalge player's life that a Corrosive Liquid has actually done something to help us win? Oh my goodness, we might actually win this game. Oh, okay, well that doesn't help at all. That literally does nothing to help us out, and I wish I had literally any cards in my hand that were good. All right, so Quillfish, go up front. Butt Scratcher. I unfortunately have to get the water energy. And then hopefully I can masterfully bait them here. Because what I want to do is I want to bait them into knocking out the Quillfish, which activates the Pheasantipity. And then as long as I can somehow heal this Dragalge, we'll be fine. Because obviously the baby Blood Moon Ursaluna is a huge problem. Actually, yeah, the baby Blood Moon is just a nightmare. Yeah, I am a masturbator. Okay, there's the Terragon. That's really good because they don't have any bench space for the Ursaluna. This is really good because I'm going to be able to red card them, but now they have a ton of fighting energy in the deck, which is really bad. All their Okie Dogies are set up. All right, so they're taking the bait. I'm masterfully baiting them here. But this is a slight problem. Is I essentially need to get Crispin, I think, right? I think this has to be a Crispin turn. But special red card is activated. I think I have to use Crispin. I'm going to I'm gonna believe in the heart of. No, I'm not. I'm gonna believe in the. No, I can't. I can't. I've been beaten off too hard today. And then literally the top deck is the exact card that I needed. Okay, but we also got that. Okay, so that's good. And then we have special red card. I have lilies. I need to go. Yeah, that's going to go there. Let's Monkey Dory. And then I want to Monkey Dory onto, I don't know, this guy, I guess. All right, Battle Cage. Forgot about that. Well, it doesn't matter. It does not matter because, I mean, the active is getting knocked out anyway. So let's go special red card, put him down to 3. I'm going to energy switch onto the other Dragalge. So that one's going to go there. And then we lilies. There's another monkey, which we're going to need if we want to win this game. So we hit him with the runaway draw. Terrible. Thank you. We do have Crispin for next turn, which is actually really, really good. And then I go for a Dunsparce. Dunsparce down. I think I saved the Crushing Hammer. Because next turn I'm definitely going to be using Crispin. So we go Pernicious Poison. They can't use Unfair Stamp if they have it as their ace spec instead of Legacy Energy. They can't use a Pheasantipity. That's really good. I have to remember with Monkey Dory that it's mostly just used for healing here. But we have to hope that this special red card sticks, because I special red carded that stupid Mewtwo play. There's no way you have Ursaluna, Boss's Orders, Hard Retreat or something, right? There's no way. Okay? There is no way they have... No, you're not going to do this. You're not going to do this to me, PDCGL. We made a deal that you're not going to do this to me. Luckily, my active is, completely safe. There's a Night Stretcher. That's not good. Like, they're probably going to go for a Good Punch for 70. If all they do is Good Punch for 70, that's... No way. No. I refuse to allow this to happen. You will not beat me. Okay, good. Okay, we're fine. But this is the matchup where you absolutely have to keep your stadiums because Battle Cage is such a problem. So guess what happened? I had to Ultra Ball away both... Okay, no, this is fine. Everything's great. Everything is awesome. They didn't just get everything they needed. That would never happen. PDCGL would never do that to me. Okay, so if I bosses the Barbarical... I mean, I guess I should see what the Crushing Hammer does, right? Because if I flip heads, then that Ursaluna is not a problem. Ooh, hello. The Ursaluna is no longer a threat. Okay, so I don't need to really bosses anybody. I can go... that there. I can Crispin for... Oh, I don't... How do I not have a water energy in there? Well, that sucks. Okay, and then we go... Yeah, again, doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3. I guess, because 170... There's no way they can take the knockout this turn. So I go Pernicious Poison. They do have to Hard Retreat. There's no way they can take the knockout this turn, right? The issue is that I don't have any energy left. Right? I would need to Dunsparce. Also, notice how the Monkey Dory and the Dunsparce and the Pheasantipity have the green arrows in the wrong spot. And notice how 4 of their bench Pokemon have the green arrows in the wrong spot, because PDCGL is a well-made game. Oh, right. I forgot about Barbarical. Okay, so they can still do it with the Barbarical. Just hard attach. Man, this deck is not great. This deck has issues. Oh, yep, there it is. Okay, GG's. Oh, man. Remember when I special red card? Hey, we got a free prize, everybody. Yeah, that wouldn't have changed anything. So we would have lost a ball handler. Jade, it's going terribly. We're playing this deck. It's not good. I got to do something drastic here. We got to do something drastic. And we got to do something I came up with at the last second. And maybe this is our one chance. If you had one chance, do you think you could pull it out? All right, so it's 155. This is my crazy idea of a deck. If it works, I'm the smartest Dragalge player in the world. If it doesn't work, I can blame PDCGL. Venusaur is the worst. Venusaur is the absolute worst. No, kilometers, I'm not adding in Lapras EX, okay? Okay, everyone breathe. Everyone, we got this. Press 1 if we got this. Everyone knows what Cofagrigus does. Everyone, oh, okay. Oh no, it's a Dunsparce start. Wow, this is a terrible hand. This might be the worst. Okay, never mind. We got 7 mulligans. We got 3 mulligans. Ah, it's Beedrill. Crap. Okay, so it's a perfect knockout, but I have ways around it. Oh, yeah, you don't know what's about to happen, do you? Incineroaring? No, that's not the reason we're losing. That is not the reason we're losing today. Oh, they're playing my build. They're playing my build today. So they're not playing our Boliva. They're playing Trust Your Pilot's wacky build. I can almost guarantee you that Shadow the Hedgehog watched my video yesterday with Beedrill, because this is exactly what you should be doing here. Let's go get a Skrelp. I have ways around this. As long as they don't have our Boliva and the fact that they've done all this, they don't got no stinking our Boliva. So we go Darkness Energy on this guy. Lily's Determination. And this is great. Yeah, we go Yamask, Skrelp. Huh. I mean, they could just beat my butt here, but I have a Lily's. If my hand was worse, I would obviously be a little concerned here. But they watched my video. They know. They're playing just the straight Beedrill version. No Arboliva. They have a Dunsparce in their hand. They got off the Pokepad. So this is exactly what you have to be doing. Because Forest of Vitality exists, there's no reason to put Weedle into the field right away. You just use your Dunsparce, draw a bajillion cards, clear the field, attack with a Fan Rotom, take a cheeky prize. But they don't know what's about to happen. They don't know what's about to happen to them. I'm about to beat them off. I came fully prepared. I'm thick. You know, I've been weighing myself on the scale, and you know what I found out? I'm thick with 3 C's. Because the problem, obviously, with this matchup is that 3 Beedrill is 330. Dragalge just so happens to have 330 hit points. So with the thick scale, that means they need 4 Beedrill to take the knockout, and they ain't got 4 Beedrill. If I didn't play a single game yesterday with Beedrill out of the like 15 games that I played, there wasn't a single game where I had 4 Weedle, 4 Kakuna, 4 Beedrill. Jade, Ninetales is the opposite way around. So Ninetales is your opponent's Pokemon. Cofagrigus is your Pokemon, and Patrat stops both of them. So I haven't seen anyone play Patrat yet, but that's a terrible card if they do have it. But yes, Patrat, damage counters on each Pokemon can't be moved to other Pokemon. That's exactly what Munkidori does. Unfortunately, Cofagrigus, the new Ninetales from Chaos Rising that everybody saw in a pre-release, there is just so many... What the hell? Okay, they got the forest. Okay, so they're going to take a knockout with the Beedrill. This is kind of why I wanted to retreat, but the fact that I have the lilies. And this is interesting. Unfortunately for me, is they have Beedrill with a 1 retreat cost. They probably only have the 5 energy. That's good. The bad news is they can just retreat off the energy to done. Oh. Okay, yeah, there's Force of Vitality, Pokepad. I would imagine they're going for a Dunsparce because they don't know what my deck does. They obviously don't know what the Cofidrigus does. As long as this Dragalge takes a hit and survives this turn, I think I have a chancey. But do you see the crazy combo that I came up with? Do you see how crazy I am? Do you see how wacky of a person I am that I put Petrarunt in Air Balloon? Because remember, Petrarunt moves dark types. Skrelp is a dark type that evolves into Dragalge, so you can use Petrarunt with Skrelp. Absolutely smartest PTCGL player in the world. All right, so they have Beedrill. That's fine. I'm going to go Skrelp. We're going to attack with a Dragalge. That is obvious. There's literally no other choice here. I can't show them the Cofidrigus, though. If they know what the Cofidrigus does, I think I'm screwed. I'm going to put an Air Balloon on this guy and then Lilies. I also can't show them the Petrarunt because they'll just bosses it, and that'll be the end of the... Okay. What the hell is this? Well, I can't Lilies for a good amount of stuff next turn, but there's no way they knock out my Dragalge this turn, right? There's no shot they get 4 Beedrill EX, okay? I am guaranteeing you right now, there is no way they are able to manufacture 4 Beedrill EX this turn, especially if they don't play a redeemable ticket and they get 4 Beedrill EX. I'm calling shenanigans on PTCGL here. Okay, so currently they're 2 Beedrill away from 3, but remember, they need 4 because of the thick scale. The thick scale reduces damage from grass, fire, water, and lightning, like a dragon type in the games. It reduces incoming damage by 50. This is exactly what I came prepared for. I came prepared so hard for this, and I'm so thick, and this is exactly what I wanted, but yeah, I kind of need a good Lilies here. I need some good prizes and a good Lilies, or else I just kind of lose. Because I need to energy switch off an energy. I need to go into the Cofidrigus. Cofidrigus can snipe anybody, which is really, really cool. It's not put it on your opponent's active. So your opponent's active, I mean, it's never going to happen where they stay poisoned, but I guess like a Dragapult or something. No. I refuse to let you do this. You are not allowed to beat me off like this. Also, Cofidrigus isn't going to help too much in this matchup. Even if I can get it off, they're going to do, what, 280? And then who do I knock out? I guess I just knock out the Kakuna or something? Because it's actually in their best interest to only have 2 Beedrill. Because they've already shown they're not going to get it this turn. Oh, okay. Okay, that's interesting. They've activated my trap card. Because now I can still Lilies for 8. And I don't actually have to do anything this turn. This is very interesting. Okay, there's the Denny. Okay, don't ask. Okay, don't ask. You're not allowed to ask questions about that one. Oh, God, it's going to come down to this stupid Lilies. All right, so they have 3 energy in the discard pile. I think I just attach the water there. I go Lily's Determination, and then we just kind of see what happens here. That's a switch. That does not help whatsoever. There's a Skrelp. There's a Monkey Dory. Okay. Wow, this is bad. Yeah, it's just going to be, I guess, Pernicious Poison, because I got nothing. I knew the Lilies always screws me over, but they essentially have to attack with the active this turn, right? You have to assume They're down 3 grass energy. There's the 4th on the field. They haven't used any night stretcher, so they probably have, well, yeah, they have secret box as their A spec, which I don't agree with, because if you're just playing a Beedrill list, I think Max Rod is absolutely the way you go. The reason you play Secret Box is because it gets you a tool, which you don't really play, an item, supporter, and stadium. So it gets you a Lilies, a Forest, and like a Pokepad or something. But Max Rod recovers 5 in combination of Pokemon and energy. So if they don't find a Night Stretcher, they're losing a Beedrill. I am obviously losing Dragalge because PDCGL hates me. And it's like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if you sucked? Wouldn't it be hilarious if you sucked a huge butt right now, Pilot, and your opponent just had everything like that? Okay, but if they don't retreat, we are totally fine. If they do retreat, I have lost the game and I hate my life. There's the ticket. Okay, so they have access to all of their Beedrill now. I just needed one thing to go right. Just needed one thing to go right and we could have won. You know, if I'd gotten the Monkey Dory Darkness, the Monkey Dory could have survived a turn, or I would have forced them to have another Beedrill. The Dunsparce CX won't save you now. But I do play Wondrous Patch, so if I could top deck like an Ultra Ball, that would be sweet. Of course, I hate my life. I hate my life so much. My life is meaningless. Okay, this is gonna be fine. Everything is great. Everyone say it with me. Everything is awesome. Nothing can go wrong. Fish aren't food. Whatever the saying goes. Thank you. That's definitely the snake that I wanted. Okay, I mean, I guess I attach that. I go for Judge. If I can get the Hero's Cape, we're fine. We did not get the Hero's Cape. We did not get anything. We got the opposite of playable cards. So I have to go... I have to retreat into the Coffin Greed. No, because then they're just going to win. Right? I have to go end turn. Hopefully they don't have a bosses. Obviously they will. You know, if I'd been able to do anything, I would have included it in the YouTube video, but that's just really tough. I'm going to try. Okay, I'm going to try to win this one, but the fact that they just took a 3-prize KO, they had the Dunsparce, you know, they always had the retreat reattachment. Have they even played a single recovery card? They played 1 Night Stretcher, and yet they've always had it. You know, a deck that plays like 5 grass, they've just always had it like that. Beedrill will not be a top tier card unless unless people stop playing Shaman. Right? If people stop playing Shaman, then yes. All right, well, we can still maybe win this one. It is almost impossible, but what if we pulled it out here? Thank you for giving me all my worst cards. I would not be able to do it without you, PDC Joe, without you giving me all my worst cards. Wow. Okay, well, this is an impossible situation we find ourselves in. Don't know why I didn't get rid of the Dragalge. All right, so I do have another special red card. I should have definitely ditched the Dragalge. All right, so energy switch. Let's go into that guy. Meowth for Lilies. If I can just get Hero's Cape special red card. This is absolutely my moment. Some people wait a lifetime for a moment like this. I guess I could have evolved that Dragalge. We got the special red card. That is not good. That is not what I needed right now. Because they're doing 330. I needed the Hero's Cape or else we just lose. I did not get the Hero's Cape, so we just lose. Oh, man. Yeah, there's just no point. There's just no point. Yeah, we're 4-7. Let's try it one more time, right? Let's go. I'm gonna cut the Dedenne. I'm gonna cut the the 3rd Dragalge. I have a Wondrous Patch and 2 energy switch. We have Crispin, AZ's Tranquility, Surfer, Switch, Hero's Cape, Thick Scale. Like, there's so many things I have that are good. You know, the Monkey Dory doesn't seem entirely necessary. I guess a counter gain wouldn't be bad. A counter gain. What I got? Room for one more card? Uh, so I have 2 Night Stretcher. I have an Enhanced Hammer. I don't have a Stadium. So I guess I should put a Stadium in here just to have one, just to be like, okay, well, if you have Battle Cage, that ruins my entire existence. So there's Jamming Tower, there's Gravity Mountain, there's Nighttime Mine. I guess I could go for like Prism Tower or something. But I think Perilous Jungle might just be the one. Yeah, sure, whatever. Let's just go for Perilous Jungle. Let's just believe. Okay. This is going to go in the YouTube video no matter what, right? Should I say that? Press 1 if I should do a YouTube guarantee. All right, I'll do the YouTube guarantee. I have never gone back on my word, okay? I've always, whenever I say this is going to be a YouTube game, I've always included it. Can I just get a basic or something? Can I just get anything? Also, the Dedenne and the one Enhanced Hammer were there for a reason. Okay, well, that's a Dunsparce. Did somebody say unplayable hand? Well, I can't give the YouTube audience, I can't give the YouTube guarantee with a starting hand like this. Yeah, Dragalge, people were wrong. I told you. I told you Dragalge is not good. This is an unwinnable matchup, right? I should probably let's just concede. Let's just concede. We know we're not going to win this one. I know I have 2 special red card and we have, ways of winning, but with a hand like that, I'm not going to win. And Kenny, well, no, I have 3 games. So I do technically have a YouTube video. It's just, I want like one semi-decent game. When a set just comes out, I don't put as much credence in good games. It's more or less just put the 3 best from my 2.5 hours of playing. Because I faced Greninja, I faced Dragapult, and then the Mewtwo game with the loss, that's definitely going to be in there. Wowzers. Okay, yeah, let's go Skrelp in the active, I guess. Is this back-to-back Alakazam? Spindrift, that's a week 4 deck. We got to get through all the Chaos Rising new cards first. That's like a week 4 deck. I'm just, it might be I guess I would just do a video, then like I do like a 90-minute stream, get the 3 best games, and then do like a build and battle. Because, I'll do build and battle stuff later. What do you mean Ambipom? Is there even an Ambipom in standard? Is there a standard Ambipom right now? Oh, there's multiple. There's more than one Ambipom. Oh, wow. Thank you. A Crispin. Just what I needed. I mean, I don't have a playable hand, but I do have... I guess I can go for Badoo, Dunsparce, and then Yamask. I do have the Switch. I also have Perilous Jungle. I think I honestly have to switch into Badoo. Again, I have AZ's Tranquility, but what if they have a Badoo? I think it's Alakazam. Okay, well, this is definitely Alakazam, but they had a nothing start, which is great for us, and I have a terrible start myself. Fantastic. All right, so let's go Darkness Water. And then I'll fully power up a Skrelp. Hopefully they don't have bosses. But I guess if they do have bosses, I'll just attach the Hero's Cape and then hope for the best. All right, Itchy Pollen. And then I guess I just Crispin again, and I'll go Crispin for Psychic Darkness or something. Because I'm going to have a 430 hit point Mega Dragalge. You have to hope and assume. Oh my goodness. You have to hope and assume that PDC Gel isn't going to screw you over. But then sometimes it just kind of does. But there's no stadium. I didn't put the Perilous Jungle down for this exact reason. Is because if there's no stadium in play, your Fan Rotom can't do diddly squat. Okay, so we go Crispin first. Because not only does that thin out the deck, but by using Crispin first, it thins out the deck, and also if I used the Dunsparce, I could just get like 3 energy. I could just get all the worst things in the world, and that would be bad. All right, that's a Pokepad. I think in this situation, I go for... This is tough. I guess I just go for Dunsparce, because it looks like I'm going to have to put Meowth into play, and I really don't want to do that. But I pretty much have the win here. I'm going to have to build up another Dragalge. I do also have to be careful about a Lily's Clefairy play, so they'll go for the Dunsparce, Telepathic, hope for an Abra. They're going to hope to start wearing a bra. There's another Dunsparce, so they just got all the Dunsparce in the world. They did grab a basic Psychic, which is a little weird. There's the Battle Cage. Okay, so my dude's getting knocked out, which isn't great. This is definitely Alakazam. They still don't have an Abra. If they still can't find an Abra, we are absolutely golden. But if they do find an Abra, we're very much screwed. But I have to Meowth for Lilies, which I'm totally okay with. I think I have to keep the Perilous Jungle as much as I don't want to. The reason I have to keep the Perilous Jungle is simply because I have to be able to bump... Oh, okay, an Ass Landing. Great. I really do enjoy it when people land their ass on my face. Okay, we got the Skrelp. They have nothing that they can do. We've already won this game. There's a Dunsparce. Okay, that's fine. We're just going to put that down. We're going to Meowth for Lilies. And then I don't know how I win from here. We're going to have to rely on Judge and Special Red Card. Honestly, I'm going to attach the Psychic. I know it's a little weird, but that's my only stadium. Perilous Jungle is my only stadium. I may need to do something later. We got everything. We have won the game. I'm thrusting and busting. We got that. So let's go to Dunsparce. I'm going to go get a Skrelp and I think another Yamask. So Skrelp and Yamask. And then we go Pernicious Poison. Remember, they don't get to draw off their Fezandipity. This is great. And then I can also Corrosive Liquid all the Telepathic that they might have. The issue, of course, is Lily's Clefairy. If they have a Lily's Clefairy and both benches are completely full, Dragalge gets knocked out through weakness. So I think after this turn, I have to pop the Dunsparce and then just never have it, right? Just pop the Dunsparce, never show it, pretend like they're my feet and they're on a free website like YouTube or Twitch. I just have to just not show them, okay? I also have to be very careful about the Battle Cage, because prevent all damage counters from being placed on bench Pokemon by attacks or abilities. Coffered Regis is an attack effect, and it places damage counters. So I can remove all the damage counters from Dragalge, but I can only put them on their active. Okay, that's fine. That's less fine. I can guarantee myself an attack this turn. The question is, do I want to? Okay, that's the Dunsparce. I think now I just go for double Coffagridius, because maybe that'll behoove us at some point. So let's go. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens off the Dunsparce. Not what I wanted. Okay, so Coffagridius, that goes there. I can't knock out the active. I do have Surfer. So I think this is a Surfer turn. I go, Surfer? I hardly knew her. All right, so Surfer, and then Darkness on the Skrelp. The question is, if I go for a Corrosive Liquid, is that smarter, or do I just go for a Pernicious Poison and then hope they can't get... How many cards do they need? Like 16? They need like 16 cards? No, 17. They need 17 cards. I have to go for a Pernicious Poison and believe. It has to be a Pernicious Poison and believe, because there's no way they get 17 cards. They would need a Dunsparce. There's no way, and I needed that air balloon last turn. That would have really helped. But yeah, the fact that they only need 17 cards to knock out my Mega with a Heroscape is kind of absurd here. That, oh, hey, how are you going to knock out my Mega? Very easily, actually. So the reason I was thinking of Corrosive Liquid is because I would get rid of their Telepathic, and they have, you know, Dunsparce. They don't have Fez. So it is going to be a little tricky, but I think between the Dunsparce, Kadabra, Alakazam, I'm pretty sure they have it. But they would have to play an Alakazam and a Rare Candy. So just mathematically, as long as they don't have a supporter, they don't got it. So that maybe they have to go for Meowth. And if they go for Meowth, that's totally fine. Well, let's do the math here. They have 11. They're going to draw 3. They're going to go to 14. They have to play Rare Candy Alakazam. So they're at 9. They can draw 6 cards. That'll be 15. If they have a Morty's, they win. If they have a Hop or any draw 3, if they have Pneumonia, they got it as well. If they have Urbane, they got it. So just basically anything can win them the game from this point. Just any card. Any card that gets them 2 cards wins them this game. So that could be a Lana's Aid wins it for them. An Urbane. Hopefully they just bosses and go for the Meowth, because that would be much better, and then I can get a special red card and win the game because I am him. And if you're wondering, why are they taking so long to make a move? Don't forget that on desktop, you don't get a notification for how many cards are in your hand. On mobile, you do. On desktop, you don't. You can see how many cards are in your opponent's hand. They have 14. But you have to manually count how many cards are in your hand unless you're on mobile. Because again, this is a very well-made game. So that's just another neat little, oh my goodness. Oh, that's 16. That's 16. Okay. they're literally 1 card short. They used Dawn to get 3 cards. They are literally 1 short. Oh, okay. And then we have the extended damage radius to do the thing so we can fully heal the Dragalge. And that's amazing. Oh, they did attach an energy. Okay, so they're doing... Oh, wait, is my math terrible? Wait, my math is terrible, isn't it? Okay, don't pay attention to my math. They needed 22, okay? Never mind, okay? They needed 22. They did not need that many. Okay, just chill. Everybody chill. Everybody chill. Okay, we know that I have problems sometimes figuring basic things out. All right, so we'll go counter gain on that guy. And then fun fact, you want to see the crazy move I'm about to pull here? You want to see the absolutely, wait, what do I need? I need the water. I need the water. You want to see the absolutely crazy move that I'm about to pull? This is exactly why I put one air balloon in the deck, is because I knew what was going to happen. I knew what was going to happen and I came prepared for it. Okay, well, I didn't really come prepared for that. That's not great. Let's go get the monkey. Colt, is that why they're failing? My 7-year-old is learning math from you. Is that why they're failing? All right, so let's go retreat into the coffee radius. We're going to go extended damage radius. And then I think I just have to go for the Fez. Right? If I just go for the Fez, that is not amazing. But, like, they're going to have all the cards in the world here. Right? I knock out the Fez, and now if they can't bosses, right? If they don't use bosses this turn, if they just knock out my Coffin Regis, the game is over and I've won. If they knock out their Dragalge this turn, I've probably lost unless they have to do something crazy. So obviously putting the Petulant and the Meowth is bad, but the Meowth was already down. So the math is already, you know, I can't count to 22, but I can count 3, right? I can count to 3 or 5, and I know that a Meowth KO plus a Dragalge KO is game over. But the fact that nobody corrected me proves that the 10,000 people watching this right now, yeah, there's 10,000 people watching this in the future, but 10,000 people didn't correct me. You know, if you weren't already commenting this down below in the YouTube video, you're as bad at math as I am. And that's kind of sad. But all I can really say is that this is just not a good deck. You look at my win-loss record, it's 4-8. You basically take a Mega Frostlass Starmie deck, and what if instead of being able to play Wally's Compassion, you had a deck that couldn't play Wally's Compassion, required 2 energy to attack, was stopped by like 5 different cards, has no way of winning the Zoroark matchup, has no way of winning the Team Rocket Spidops Mewtwo matchup. It's just, there's so many things wrong. While I tried to defend Mega Dragalge when it first was revealed as like, hey, Corrosive Liquid's pretty good, everyone's playing Special Energy, you know, Pernicious Poison, if they can't retreat, that's pretty good. We got Roxy's Performance that prevents retreat. But that was back in the day before I think Rocky Fighting was revealed. That was before rotation, before we were in this format where it was just Dragapult and Crispin all day long. They definitely have a bosses. Wait, what? No! How'd you not get a bosses off of that? How did you not get a bosses off of all that Spitfire? I'm very disappointed in you. You know, spitters are quitters. All right, well, I guess they didn't get bosses, and that'll be for NAIC. So whenever NAIC is, that'll be when it happens. All right, let's try again. Yeah, I guess, Eevee, I guess they didn't. I guess they didn't have bosses off of a 24-card hand. But it'll be a Twitch drop, so you'll have to watch the NAIC stream probably for 90 minutes, and then you get the Mega Blastoise cosmetics, yet there's no Mega Blastoise card, which is just absolutely pathetic to me. Hey, what if we gave everybody Mega Blastoise themed cosmetics? Isn't that the only Kanto starter without a Mega card in Standard? Yeah. Oh, so that's really stupid. Yes, that is very stupid. That we're giving away things for a card that doesn't exist. It's almost like we didn't think it through. Shiny Ray, damn straight. Okay, so this is Dragapult Blaziken. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna Ultra Ball and then hope, I guess. I think it's just an Ultra Ball and hope situation. Let's go for the Skrelp. Go for the Skrelp, and then I have a Psychic Energy on the active, and let's go Thick Scale and end turn. Oh, man. So we've already lost, but what if we didn't? Right? What if we didn't lose? What if I had a chance to win this game? What if you had one chance to win this game? Maybe I should have attached the Psychic to the Skrelp for no reason, but we're going to be fine. All right, I think I'm willing to play one more game after this, even though I know I shouldn't. Because, you know, like I have enough for a YouTube video. It's not very good, but I have it. I mean, I guess I can Crispin. I can't Crispin here. There's no way I can Crispin here. I just have to go Focused Fish. We got to go Psychic on you. I got to put the water on you. We're going to go Focused Wish. Because I can two-shot this Torchic. Don't you forget, I can two-shot the Torchic. See, I told you, this is going to be the easiest win you've ever seen in the history of your life. I'm going to two-shot this Torchic, and it's going to be GG's. I should not have believed in the heart of the cards. But what are they going to do? Find a Monkey Dory and heal off some of that damage? Never happened. They're going to go retreat into Badoo, and I'm going to flip heads again. Uh-oh. 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 I made a boom boom in my pants. Okay, well, I can clutch the Blaze. Okay, you don't have to have everything. You could have at least had to Dracloak first for anything. Could have at least had to be like, oh, I have to Dracloak first. So, excuse me, I have to Dracloak for my lilies. Before I just have it like that. Alright, well, I'll see what my top deck is. Because what if we top deck a lilies, and then they just hard retreat because they are playing the Blaziken build, and that's an unwinnable matchup for us. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, this is so bad. This deck is so bad. Luckily, I made the decision to play this today. Okay, all right, alrighty then. 5 and 9. What do you think? Are we going to finish 5 and 10 or 6 and 9? Can we do a 6 and 9? Press 1 if you want to 69 me. Okay, what is one version I haven't played yet that has even the slightest chance of winning? None of them. Let's just play this. Who cares? Who even cares anymore? Who even cares? Let's just King Nirvana. That Alakazam game had a anti-climactic finale. All right, King Nirvana at 232. This is the last game of the stream no matter what. This is the Goodra build. This is not a very good build, but it is the Goodra build. You don't want to know, Eevee. If somebody wanted to pay 25 cents, you can gigantify the emote so Eevee can find out what it does. So if anybody spends 25 bits, you can gigantify the emote. Oh, that was so close. That was so close to a Meow start. But if anybody wants to be cool, wait, is it 50 bits or is it 25? Whatever it is, you can be cool. You know, now that I think about it, I probably should have put a Psychic Energy in the deck, but that's for nerds. Why do you have a 2 retreat cost? What? Well, who's like, oh yeah, we got to give this Goomy a 2 retreat cost? There's a good idea. Hey everybody, what if we gave a 60 hit point piece of crap a 2 retreat cost? Oh, there's a great idea. Yeah, oh, that can't screw anybody over. It's not going to make anybody not want to play it at all. If you have to ask, you're streets behind. If you have to ask, you are definitely streets behind. Why would you think it's in here? It's Greninja. Uh-oh. Oh. My opponent's playing the 60 hit point Froakie. So you should never do this in a world. Oh, I guess they have 160 hit point Froakie and they just happen to get that one magically off the top and they're goated like that. Okay, so if I go for Shaman, we know that that's a good card because if I don't put Shaman down, we're going to get Mirage Barraged, which has happened way too much today. So let's go Darkness Energy and then Hero's Cape and then I play with my balls. We go get that and that. And let's get a Mega Dragalge. I don't have anything going on next turn, but I'm assuming I'm making the bold assumption that my opponent is going to knock out my Goomy this turn. Right? That's the only way that this makes sense. And I was like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if Goodra worked in this deck, right? If they can't retreat, because that's always been the big thing, is you can't Lilies and Roxy's in the same turn. You can't Bosses and Roxy's in the same turn. So what if I paired this thing with Goodra? Well, then, of course, the stupid Goomy has a 2 retreat cost. Right? The Goomy has a 2 retreat cost. That was so bad. That was so bad. Oh, man. But hopefully they just go for the KO on the Goomy. And then I don't know what's going to happen from there. The Badoo is an absolute liability. I shouldn't do that. Oh, man. But... you know, at least my Badoo is protected. You know, my Badoo and my Shaman on the bench are protected, but my Badoo is a free prize for Mega Greninja. It's not that Greninja is good, it's that Terra Greninja is really strong right now. Just, you know, 1 energy attack cost. And then if you need a heavy hitter, you can do it, right? It does 170, gets any... okay, they went for the Mirage Barrage. Please knock out the Goomy. Please knock out the Goomy. Please do the dumb thing and knock out the Goomy and then hit the Dragalge. Okay, we have a chancey. Because they have a 0 card, well, they have a 1 card hand. We can absolutely do this. Oh, okay. We can do this. As long as the 1 card they got off the prizes was not good, we are fine. Okay, I did not need the Sliggoo. Oh, I prized my other one. Fantastic. And instead of a Darkness Energy in my hand, guess what's in my hand? A Water Energy. Everything is going wrong today. All right, well, they can hit into me, and then they can get any card they want, but they will lose the Greninja unless their top deck and their prize was absolutely insane. But I was going to win this game until I Lilies'd into nothing. It happens far too often that I Lilies into nothing. Like, you think a Shuffle Draw 8 is good, and then it's like, no, it's really not. But you're seeing just all the problems with Dragalge. Lilies is terrible. You know, I was able to preemptively prepare. Problem Child, thank you for the sub. I was able to preemptively prepare for trouble. But it's like, I needed 2 Monkey Dory turns. If I was able to get a Monkey Dory, if I had a Darkness Energy in my hand instead of the... and they get to choose any card they want. They get to choose any card they want off the Shinobi Blade. And they have a Mega Frostlass. Okay, well, maybe... oh, no, I was going to say, maybe they just don't have everything. No, they got everything. This is insane. They did all of this off of a 0 card hand. Remember that they had a 0 card hand after they ended their turn last turn, and now this is their board position. This is a real feels bad. Do not play Dragalge. It is so bad. Heed my warning. Do not play Dragalge. I'm going to cut out. I had an Alakazam game in the YouTube video originally, but it went on a very long time, and they just conceded because they had a 24 card hand and couldn't find bosses. I'm going to leave this one in here. This is what happens with this deck. You cannot do anything with this deck. This card is terrible. Obviously, I shouldn't have the Badoo in play. I know that's a bit of an oopsie. But I need so many things to go right, and just everything goes wrong. Okay. Those are literally the 2 worst cards I think I could have pulled from the prizes. That's pretty impressive, I gotta say. All right, well, I'm knocking out a Froakie. They do need... ooh, okay, that's really good. Never mind, we got a great top deck. I bring up this guy. We go into Dragalge. I hit him with the Pernicious Poison. Most likely they have Neo Upper Energy. But now they're in a situation where they have to retreat the dude. Well, actually, this is really good. They need Surfing Beach. If they have Surfing Beach, they can go into Mega Frostlass and knock out my Dragalge, because obviously I couldn't play the Crushing Hammer with no energy. But, okay, there's the Neo Upper. They will take the knockout, but they will get knocked out on their turn. Oh, this is amazing. Okay, so actually they will get knocked out coming into my turn? Wait, how will they get knocked out? No, they're going to get knocked out coming into their turn, which is really bad. So I have to give them the Badoo. So the Badoo is what has to go into the active, because I have to item lock them. I cannot put the Dragalge in the active because that is a game-losing card if they just have Mega Frostlass. Okay, I'm figuring it out. They're going to get knocked out going into their turn. I'm going to item lock them, but I'm basically item locked because I have no playable cards in my hand, but we actually have a slight chance. I'm giving you hope, and I'm going to take it away at the last second. Okay, there's a Frogadier. The fact that they haven't Mortal Shurikened is really good for us, because they can take 2 easy... Ah, crap. I did that talking thing again. Okay, so they knock out the Badoo. And then what do? I guess I just give them the Shaman? No, I can't give them the Shaman because they're going to have 1 prize left. Oh, God. Everything just went so bad so quickly. Okay, I'm going to take 3 prizes. I can't play the Crushing Hammer. As long as I can play the top card, as long as I can play my top deck, we don't lose to a Mega Frostlass, but we do lose to a double Mortal Shuriken. Oh, we are so screwed. And there's Ninja Spinner. They have to put the energy back in their hand because Ninja Spinner kind of sucks. They did 2 hundo. All right, so I still have a chance, but I have to be able to play my top deck. Eevee, yeah, if only I could play the Crushing Hammer, but I can't. And as long as I can play this card, we win. No, okay, I'm taking a huge risk here. Oh, it paid off. Okay, so in this situation, I put the Monkey Dory down. I go... Oh, what do I do? Okay, so I'm taking 3 prizes. I can't do anything. The Goodra was like 7 wasted cards here. There's a Crispin. Let's go Ultra Ball for... I mean, I have things. If I go for Meowth, that guarantees something, and then I have an attachment. So I can Meowth. I have 2 Darkness. I think I go Ultra Ball for Meowth, and then attach the Darkness. Do nothing. Just end turn. I'm not going to put the Meowth down quite yet, because, I mean, something could probably happen, but I think they might have it here. Right? Because that's 3 cards. Okay, we're still fine. Those are all useless cards that I cannot use, but I can win with a Meowth for bosses. That is how we win this game, is Meowth for bosses for game. As long as they don't evolve this into a Mega Frostlass and the Frogadier into a Mega Greninja, we still have a chance. They have no Mirage Barrage possibilities because I didn't put the Meowth down. If they have Boss, we lose, PB, and you're going to be banned. But they would need Boss, Energy, Night Stretcher off an 11-card hand. That would never happen. Okay, here we go. Okay, so maybe they'll go for a Fez and they won't realize. Maybe they'll just be like, I'm going to go for a Fezandipity, and I don't realize, oh, they got Meowth. Okay, so we lose this one, unfortunately. But this should have been a game I lost completely. Right? I should have, if I could have grabbed a special red card, if I could have just done something. Wait, what? Wait. They have Neo Upper. Oh, yeah, so they go bosses, Neo Upper. Damn, we had such a close chance of winning, but this is just don't play Mega Dragalge. It is not a good card. It is not a good deck. I've tried like 5 different versions. The best version, yeah, I wish I had one of those. The best version that I played was the version, you didn't need to do that, with Mega Frostlass, because Mega Frostlass is good, and I just played it with Baby Frostlass. Do not play Mega Dragalge. It is poison, has too many counters. Even if you can get the poison going, they can retreat. And as you saw, even though I tried Gudra, that didn't work. It is way too much work. I talked about this, Mega Dragalge. It did not do anything. It was the MVP by default, even though it did nothing. So it wasn't the MVP because PDCGL counts damage. It was the MVP because it just chose a random card. And the random card was Dragalge, which no one watching this should ever use. All right, so yeah, it was unfortunate. Did I have a special red card? I'm pretty sure I did. I'm pretty sure, unless I forgot. Like I have Dedenne. Yeah, I had special red card. I had everything I needed to win. You know, I had Nighttime Mine and Perilous Jungle. I had Gudra. I had Dedenne. I had everything I needed to win. Wait. Yeah, the Crushing Hammer never did anything because they had no energy in play. So the way I would have won was this card, but I just couldn't find it. Evie, you are 100% right. All right, let's put that list on screen. Yeah, just don't play Dragalge. It's not good. Let's raid. Let's see who's online. To raid. Sunny's online. We shall raid Sunny. So I'll get this video out tonight. Everyone can say it was even more painful in person. Pilot went 5 and 10. 5 wins. 10 losses. Do not play it. And tell Sunny that, yeah, real Greninja, real original with that Greninja. I wonder where you got that list from.